Here we are, right on time. Tonight's show is brought to you by Carlsberg, all the way from Denmark. I know there had to be something I liked about my mom's side of the family, and I found it here in the beer. Beautiful weather lately. Thanks again from the man down under there in Australia. A beautiful breeze, even right now. Oh, the man, the myth, and the legend.
Happy Friday night for you, Friday morning for me.
Yeah. Hey, did you um did you go down Social Security and get your stuff started?
No, not yet.
What are you waiting for? I mean,
Would you
well, you
say
ain't gonna get your first.
90 days prior, right? Is when
No,
you
no,
could
yeah,
start.
we're right there. But I mean, you're since your birthday's the end of the month, I think you're gonna
Yeah,
get
I'm
your
within
check on.
90 now. So
You're gonna get your check either the first or the end of the month in January. David, Mr. D.
January. No, November, I'm hoping. Craig.
No, 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 no. You won't get your first check November 1st.
No, December maybe? No?
December 1st, possibly.
Yeah.
Me too. Craig's up good now. The back is fixed from.
All good?
Yeah, it wasn't really hurt. It was just using muscles I hadn't used for a long time, and it was grabbing.
Well,
But
yeah.
after,
Well,
after three
what
days,
kind of
but
what kind of
How's
position
your
was that?
how's your football team doing?
they lost last week.
Oh yeah.
But there's still games clear on top. The top three teams lost last week, so nothing changed.
Wow, good.
Yeah.
My
Hello,
my
David.
Hi, David. How are you going? Okay.
my wall is getting further closer and closer to completion there. And this third guy we hired, he's got the same name as the second guy. I mean, this guy works, man. I mean,
Tell
he
you, looks
got
like you got
this guy.
more dead squid hanging up behind you.
Got emails.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that these bras would make a good backdrop.
Those are Siamese twin squid.
I don't think I could fit
Joined
any of
at
you.
the
I might
head.
fit this one. Yeah, I might fit this one. You know,
Now you need a bigger one, Tony.
oof.
Have you looked in
No,
the mirror lately?
I got small titties, man. I mean, I'm fucking beginners, man.
They get bigger as you get older.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. Your dick shrinks and your tits get bigger.
Keep drinking that Chinese beer, they'll grow.
Well, you know what? I tried out, and that beer is pronounced Qingdao, even though it's spelled Tisng. But anyway, that's the kind of beer that you give to the hey William. That's the kind of beer that you give to the guests you don't
Neighbors
like.
that you don't like.
It, yeah, it's like if you're having withdrawal symptoms. I mean, it'll be okay. But it's 4.3, but I've tasted better 4.3 before. And I tried the snow beer, Chinese this beer called snow beer. That's pretty good. And you can get 20 a case of that for half of what you can get. And you have to when you go on Shopee over here, you really have to look because they different vendors. So you really got to look around because one guy will sell it for 25, the other guy will have it for 1,000, and then another guy will have it for 7.99. 820. So you got to look around.
Hello,
But
William. Where are you from?
Hi, William.
this
William
is
says he's recovering from the flu.
hey, listen,
And my
William, you come here. Hey, William, you come here, and you could always be recovering from the flu. I just got over. I got over that one that almost killed me there. Then I had another one, and I got rid of that one. And then the youngest brother-in-law went to took his wife and daughter to the Bonga, and they came back, and of course the girl was sick, and would you know it, so
She
blowing
shared it with
snot.
everybody.
I, out of all the times I came here, never had a problem. Not like that. I had one. But maybe it's because I came and I had flu shot already. I don't know. Probably.
I just had a problem having the runs the whole time I was there.
Yeah, you get the squirts,
Every
man.
time.
Well, when you get older, you really gotta watch. When you fart, you don't, man, because you yeah, you can't let that rip like you used to. Sometimes you get the trots, man.
Yeah.
So, and they don't even deal with washing that out. They just throw the fuckers away. David, what's new? What endeavors are you gotten into lately? There, you're the new one I see.
Oh man, I'm always up to something. I don't know.
What was that thing you had posted? You had a rapid visa type thing. What kind of a service was that?
Oh, I try to keep, with our Facebook group and stuff. I try to post stuff about any updates on the visas and remind people what different types of visas are, like the adjustment of
Oh,
status, the card. And so that was just a bulletin from one of the companies that I've used in the past with some updated information.
oh, I picked up my ACR card the other day. They do things a little differently now. So we went there on a Tuesday, and they had a unscheduled national holiday of some sort. Shit, whatever. So I came back the next day after that. Other than that, that's pretty much my excitement. Brother Bud, Ronald sent me a message. I don't know if he sent you guys the message with Bud. Left him a phone message about how he misses all of us. I don't think Bud's aware that we do this at different time of the day now. Do you know what that? You know what I like, William? I was down in Makate quite a bit, and I love them both, man. I could live in the city too. I could, but then my wife and my son would have to come back here because she couldn't
Stop,
function there.
stop for smoking on the sidewalk. Aren't you allowed to do that anymore? Yeah.
Smoking in the sun, yeah.
I'm assuming
Well, that's 'cause
cigarettes, not marijuana.
Is that only a
no, I don't.
Makati thing,
Hey,
William, or is that throughout?
Hey,
well,
wow.
you know what? It's illegal. It's supposed to be illegal to smoke cigarettes in the Philippines outdoors, I guess.
Wow.
But when I was there. The first time I was there was 2012, and
You can piss wherever you
you,
want. You
you,
just
I was buying a 20 pack of cigarettes for 35 peso, and then they had a 10 pack for what was that, 15 or something, or 10? Oh,
So are they going
Marlboro
to
though,
do that? Are they going to do that for littering too?
if they want to.
Yeah, I got a friend that's just landed in the Philippines the other day. We dropped him off at the airport, and he got there. Yeah, he went to Manila because he used to sell condos in Manila to hang out before he picks up his future wife and to have a little guy time. And he went to the hub of Manila. I can't remember what it's called, but it's kind of like Singapore. All the big buildings and everything. It's a bunch of hotels and
GB,
BCI or something like that.
yeah, yeah,
BGC,
BGC. Yeah.
yeah.
Bonifacio Global City.
Yes. So he was hanging out in there, and he called us the other night walking around, and there's definitely no smoking there. There's no littering there.
Hey,
It's very thoughtlessly
hey,
clean, and
I went through Makati again last year, and the place is filthier than ever. But when I went to BGC, I didn't know about that. That they had that. So
yeah,
we were like, I don't know if you took a 10 or 12 minute taxi ride, and it's like two different worlds, man.
yeah,
You
Yeah.
got the trash, and then you go into this
Right.
thing where the roads
And
have black
then it's
tar.
La La Land, right? You got your own La La Land
You
right out in the middle.
you go to market, and they don't supposedly not allowing jeepneys anymore, but there were a few. But the roads were like they were laid yesterday. They were still black.
Yeah.
and they had this because a lot of the ambassadors or whatever political stuff guys or financial, they live in this area, and they got this square where this corridor like they have at in DC, where you got that park and you can view the monument in the White House, and it looks, you got shopping, eating, everything, and it's just it's an outdoor park. It's like Sacramento, California. I saw that. You know, it was just freaking nice.
Yeah,
I
it
knew nothing.
distinguishes between the haves and the have-nots.
Oh my god,
Absolutely.
yeah, but I didn't know anything about it. She surely didn't because she's up here. But when I went in there, and their mall's a little smaller, market, but it's nice nonetheless.
Yeah, it was
So
pretty cool. And he left his high-rise hotel and went to go find a Jollibee, and because he used to work there and live there, so he knows the area really well. But so he walked us around the area a little bit, but it was pretty cool looking. It looked really nice. Good
I
place to
was
visit.
I wasn't expecting it because I didn't know it was there. But I'm like, we just went from the low
You
of the
see
low.
videos of people pricing condos there. You could buy a
Did I
small
have what?
island somewhere for what they want for a condo.
Yeah,
Hey,
he actually sell condos there years ago,
hey,
and that's what he told us. He said now the same condo that he sold years ago is worth about 20 times what it was.
All
So
right,
listen.
all right.
Seen these condos in Vietnam. You get a maid twice a week. You pay $320 a month. Well, at least that Rike did, and it's all you got to have a card to get on the elevator, and whatever floor you're on, that's as high as you can go. You can't go any further.
that's the way hotels are now. Hotels are
And then
expensive.
look, my point being, the what they sell here, I mean, down in Manila, Makati, is stuff is weathered and it looks like shit, man. It's like the square footage isn't nearly what you could get over in Vietnam or Thailand, and man, it just they outdo that by a ton there. The ones compared to. But if you like spending 100 grand on a freaking mouse box or some shit like that, then go ahead.
Yeah, modern day hotels are that way. Even we have some here in the United States, but when we travel worldwide and stuff, your key card only allows you to your floor and or the upper non-hotel room floors that you're allowed to go in. So if you're on the
Uh,
12th floor, you can only go to the 12th floor, not the ninth or the
yeah,
18th.
yeah,
You need to go
no.
to the upper bar, you can go to the upper bar or the swimming pool. So it's kind of cool. It helps with safety
Oh,
issues.
dude, but they got those infinity pools. Those are awesome, man. Oh my god, that
Yeah, Dubai
foreigner Joe
Hotel.
guy when he first went there, he went on a tour of condos. And the space for the money was way better than Philippines. And a matter of fact, they'll sell the abandoned or foreclosures. The place is filthy, man. They just like, oh, fuck it, okay. It works differently than it does by us. So what have you been into lately, David? With the expansion or businesses or what?
Oh, not a lot. Lorelai's doing the Facebook Reels thing because that keeps her entertained. And other than that, just popping a few watches here, doing some investments. Opened up a
I see.
new Rifle RI the other day. Bought some Amazon stock the other day. I don't know. Nothing too.
Like to go on the
We're gonna
exciting shit.
we're gonna head
Tony,
down to
what
Alabama in November for a little bit and do some
Oh,
vacationing and house hunting.
that's what I was looking at. Some houses there in Mobile, man. They got some pretty nice ones for a reasonable price too.
Yeah, we're gonna go down and look at the Mobile area, and then
Wow, dude. Oh,
Tony,
hey,
what's that
hey,
can?
did you ever?
What's
Did
that
you ever?
can you're
Did you
drinking?
ever?
Hold that can up
Carlsberg.
to the camera. Oh, oh,
Pretty
okay.
good too. It says on the back. It says probably the best beer in the world. The best beer in the world.
Probably the best.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I don't know.
But they don't.
Craig's looked pretty good. Whatever he was holding up there.
That's
What's
I
that?
fine. Great Northern.
I had my sister in law last year set me up with Shopee. So this year, I couldn't get my thing registered, the SIM card. So we've been using my wife's, and I cannot. Before, when I had the one on that sister in law put on, I had all tons of beer to get everything cases. I like to try that single bottle. There's a wheat beer called Kronenborg. It's a French beer, but I thought it was Kronenborg. Sounds like Scandinavia, but it's called Kronenberg 1664 or something. Blue bottle, wheat beer. So I was going to try one out. That's what's nice about Shopee. You can buy. I buy my case. They canceled my order of Sashi. Or is that Sashi?
Asahi, yeah.
Sahi. They canceled it because they didn't get it out fast enough. So they Shopee themselves canceled it.
Hey,
'Cause I
Tony,
wanted,
you're gonna have
I
to
ordered
start a lot earlier before your live stream to catch up to Michael. You know that because you're
catch up to who?
Michael,
Oh,
because you're clearly way too coherent right now.
I only bought a 6 pack of it. I drank 2 last night because I couldn't wait.
So how cold is it?
I put them in the freezer, man. So they're cool.
Oh,
I had them in the freezer an hour ago. I like the only way to drink this stuff is I get the 330 milliliter. I think 355 is closer to 12 ounces, but
I can't
this is
drink
just
warm stuff.
no. That's why I don't. That's why buying them 500 milliliters are crazy because I drank 8 of them, man. I haven't had that much beer in me since I was like 30 years old.
You guys want to hear a funny story?
Sure.
I'll tell you. Let me tell you a little bit of funny. We,
Is it true?
yeah, of course.
Okay.
Does he look like someone who would tell a lie?
No.
Come on. So, you guys probably don't know this, but Lorelai's sister is here in America. She came over on the J1, which is the teaching visa,
Mayflower.
to be a teacher. Well, we've been here about 2.5, going on 3 weeks as of Monday, I think.
Really?
So, what do you think her impressions of America is? She's in Chicago.
Land of Bountiful
Oh,
and
I
all that
didn't
shit?
know it was so mahal here. Right? I didn't know I can't live on a teacher salary, especially when I'm giving my employee agency half my salary.
She absolutely hates it. She's scared to death, And you got to remember, there's a large Filipino community there. There's a lot of teachers all in this consortium of teachers. And she's already talking how she wants to see if she can get a teaching job in New Zealand. Yeah.
We have a lot of unbeknownst to people, a lot of the South doesn't have as many Filipinos as California's the biggest state, but you know why you never hear about them in Laotians? They don't complain, man. They don't complain. As a whole. Many time I'd pick them up, man. Same faces, same positive attitude. And,
Hey, David,
you know,
wait till it gets cold in Chicago
Well,
and
there's way more
see
to
how
the-
she's gonna love it.
and there's way
Hey.
more to the story. So,
Hey.
a couple things is this. So, they all live in a brownstone. They got to share rooms with each other. Of course, they don't have much money. They don't get their checks until sometime 2 or 3 weeks. So they've had to go to food banks to get food to eat. They've actually had to go dumpster diving looking for things
Jack.
for their apartment. And
Hey.
her school is an hour and 45-minute bus rides away from where they put her.
Jeez.
Hour.
She has to ride
What you
buses for
talking
an
about?
hour and 5 minutes.
Hour?
Which is
Hey,
it's shocking.
David, tell her almost as good as being in the Middle East.
Hey.
Exactly right.
See the desert. The desert at night is freezing. It's cold. It's freezing cold.
How long she
But when
did
the
that
sun
for?
comes,
Not as cold
What's
as
that?
Chicago in the winter.
How long did she sign up? How long did she locked into that for?
3 years.
Whoa, jeez. Okay.
my
Wow.
wife,
It's weird.
my wife came in. The first time when my wife came in, it was 40 degrees out, which wasn't bad. And the next week there was a snowstorm. She's shoveling. It's 10 below zero, man. Oh yeah, she enjoyed. My neighbor paid her to do their stuff too. She was so happy, she could send something home.
And being from the Philippines, she's scared to death that the Aswang is going to get her. So apparently she won't shut the bathroom door. And she calls her kids when she has to take a shower to listen in case is it an Aswald, right? The mythical
Aswang
creature
is so
of the Philippines.
What kind of drug she on?
And we sent her a care package the other day of winter clothes that was in Lorelei's closet. It cost me $70. But
What?
so I sent her some pepper spray. She begged for pepper spray so that she can fend off anybody who may attack and kill her.
The Aswang is just like a myth. It's like makeup stuff,
That's right. The mythical creature, the half vampire, half werewolf creature.
And
So-
it jumps in your roof and digs through your roof, and the girl's pregnant. It sucks the baby out through the stomach, and
Yeah. So
that's just a mythical.
she quickly figured out that those streets in Chicago, there is no gold on them. Where's the gold? So that's been interesting the last couple of weeks, working with that.
So she's shattered.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. So the good news is they have a group of them all together going through it. So hopefully it will be all right.
Sounds like your sister-in-law needs some medication.
Well, she just should have took my advice and stayed in the Philippines
Yep.
because I told her.
Then they come here and they find out what it's like being an indentured servant.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I told her, I said, look, what you have to understand, at least in the Philippines, teaching is a respectable field. The kids are respectful in the classrooms. So teaching in America and teaching in the Philippines is way two different things. Here in America, teachers at the bottom of the food chain, at least in the Philippines, the money's decent for the Philippines. You can live really well on it, and you can respect. You ain't gonna get no respect in America. So,
Yeah, David, that's the problem. Her living here and getting to school, and then once she's at school, what a big shock that must be for her.
yeah.
What grade is she teaching?
I think she's teaching like 4th through 6th or something.
Well, that's bad enough.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
late. It's late. Parents are allowed to go sit by the school, like sons, and I told my wife, I said, why go with him anymore? Because he needs to socialize with his classmates, not knowing his mom's out there, and he goes, But
Did
they're a
she
little
tell
more.
your wife? Did she tell your wife what they actually pay her compared to what they told her when she signed up for the job?
No, because I think she's ashamed.
Right.
The service,
Right.
the service gets a cut of that.
Oh
They do.
yeah, like half.
The
She has
headhunt,
my wife had a good friend who came over here as a physical therapist. Okay,
Mm.
she had probably her 4 year. I don't know if she had her master's, but for 3 years she was working at a hospital, for older folks
Mhm.
as a physical therapist. But it was like she was working at McDonald's wage because half of her salary was going to her employee agency. Once that 3 years was up, she was free to, I don't know, move on to some other kind of visa or stay here permanently. And she got her PhD. Now she's living in a condo down in the DC area. I mean, and those condos aren't cheap. So she's doing very well now,
Yeah, in
and
the
she can
Well,
get
medical
it's one of
paid.
those
field,
things. Man, you got to take your lumps,
if you want to
the way
come
the
to
world
America
is.
and you want to stay here and make the most money, it's the medical field. It's the only one. So let's say, and I'm going to tell you this: if you're a nurse in the Philippines, the best way to come to America is to come over on a nursing visa or a J1 visa, because under the law, and physical therapists are the same way. Once you hit the ground, you land, you technically are a permanent resident. So you can stay here. Now, if you're working with an agency, you still got to pay them all of that money, but you are a permanent resident. Teachers are not. Teachers that come over from another country are not permanent residents.
Oh, I didn't
You
know
know
that
what?
about the healthcare workers.
I like
Yes.
I man. I mean, they don't they don't get paid like they should over here, but life. I'm just saying, life over here is a lot happier than it is in most places in America.
Well, Tony, here's something I told her, and you're going to appreciate this. I told her because I've listened to you for a long time about driving a bus, and I told
Yeah.
her sister, look, since she has to ride the bus and she's scared to death, what she needs to do every time she gets on and off the bus is recognize the bus driver, say hello, how are you, make small
Hey, hey,
chat,
hey, hey. Back here.
hi, how are you, so that the bus
You know,
driver will get to know her face will know where he picks her up and drops her off. So they all kind of get to know that might help
uh,
protect her on the bus from the drunks, the bad people when things are going bad. So
here's the problem with that, man. You know, not that if the work is going to somebody on an extra board they call it, there may be somebody different every day. So the things you got to remember is the route number that's posted and the destination. You
that's
know
right.
where you get on and where it stops. And you most guys, if you say it nicely, they have buses that announce the main streets now.
They
You
do.
know, and
Right.
it's all GPS and all that shit. But man, this guy's just cruising for a bruising, man. What? You're RJ? Yeah, okay. But I had a lady get on one of my buses. She's from Uruguay because she was supposed to get on the bus route I was on, but going the other direction. So she didn't know. But it's yeah, they're looking for the same guy. You may be standing there and you let the bus go. So you got to look at run number. They have a run number up in the corner.
Yep.
The three digits in higher is in the evening, and the lower digits in the morning. But it'll have the
So
same destination. Sometimes some of those buses don't go as far as the other bus,
yeah,
so you have to look at a schedule. You have to learn how
she
to
has
read a schedule.
she has to make 4 different buses.
Oh my God! Buy her a
Oh,
car.
um,
No,
Four buses in Chicago. Is that in Chicago?
Chicago, 4 buses.
Okay, listen,
That's right.
listen. When it comes to Chicago, they're more liberal than we were. Uh, if it took me like fucking 18 years to get over that shit. Because I'm in a world where you pay. If you don't pay, you don't do it. That's just the way it is. But if you walk on and you don't have the correct change, there ain't nothing that driver can do about it, man. They got police down there too, but they'll say, just remember next time.
Yeah.
But they move down there, so you got to be at the bus stop you need to be at. Don't walk away from it. It's it can be intimidating, especially in the winter. Man. I mean, down in Chicago, they got shit flying up and down the roads all the time. You know, so having somebody, whoever she's with, teach her how to read, follow that schedule, and barring any crappy weather, it should be on. You know, but I would take a bus before that one uh, that she usually
David,
takes to
before
give
she
you.
left the Philippines, did they tell her she would be working in Chicago?
Yes, here's the funny part, and Lorelai and I tried to advise her against this. She had her choice of cities she can go to, and you want to know why she chose Chicago?
From a TV show.
No, because it offered the highest pay.
There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that because it's
Yeah,
got the highest rent. It's got the highest.
highest cost of living.
But all the Filipinos could see is, oh my God, this pays more than that one.
Yeah, big money.
They actually had like Dallas, they had the Carolinas, Raleigh, North Carolina, Chicago,
Yeah,
and
that,
some other places that they could have chose.
that one's a
You
that one's a bit different. We had a driver that from us that went over to his girlfriend. They're like Lee Marvin and what's her name? You know, the palimony kind of thing. And over there, if a bus is down, he said the boss, you know, one of the bosses had a Mercedes. He goes, take my car. You know, the relief driver will drive it back. But he told the guy, here's the difference between Milwaukee and North Carolina. There, he told the guy, he said, you can't bring that out, otherwise you'll spill it. And the guy says, no problem, sir. I won't do it. You know, say let some. And just as he says that, the dude knocks his shit all over the fare box. Now he just took this bus that this guy's got his seat set up. He's got everything the way he wants it, man. He's in for the whole day, and he swore at that guy. What the fuck? He told me to get out of here, but that dude ended up shooting himself for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, when he left, he used to get on his nerve. He used to get ticked off here. So I guess they went to that state because it was more laid back, which it is. But
Well,
I don't know why.
I tried to explain multiple times.
Hmm.
North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, or South Carolina is cheaper than Chicago. Your salary's a little less, but you're going to put more money in your pocket. Chicago is a very expensive, rough city to be in. It is not a friendly place.
You know what they do? You know how things are because they're so freaking liberal. They're down. They're so bad there now that if you have your car parked in a no parking zone and you're on the cell phone, you get a ticket for that shit. You see, when you're parked. But if that was a stepping stone, maybe she didn't get. Did she get the right guidance or what?
Well,
You know what I mean? I mean,
you know, we all know that some people just can't take guidance.
Right. You can talk till you're blue in the face. You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
And she tried. I hooked her up with David Bell, a guy I know
come here.
who his channel called The Traveling Tutor. He used to teach college, and so I know David really well. I hooked her up with him. Say, look, go ask David all these questions. You don't believe me? Go ask this guy who teaches this. Who helps with it. Nah, I know everything. I get it. I know. I know. I'm smart. I know everything.
Well, the thing is, all they've seen of America is what they've seen on TV or in movies, and it glamorizes and America's, come here, you'll be rich, everybody here is rich, and then the reality smacks you right in the face.
I told this uppity up chick. She says, "How do I get to the 19?" That goes in and out, south side, north side. You go from one hood to another. And I said, "Well, you get here I'm on First Street." I said, You get off here and you walk up. It's 30 second. And she says, I don't walk anywhere. I'm like, all right, man. you can sit here all day waiting.
Get on your
Wait.
magic carpet and fly there. Then.
Oh man,
Okay.
Jack just got here, dude. Yeah, I didn't. Whereas if that would have been right when I started, I'd have said, what the hell's wrong with you, man? But as I went along in the years, I realized how much I needed a job, so I didn't get as bold anymore. But I said, I inside of me, I just said, say, oh, when you when you realize that's the only way you're getting there. I told the short lady one time. She said by City Hall, they had this gothic freaking roof, like St. Peter's Cathedral type thing, and this contractor effed it up, man. I mean, they had scaffolding there for like 10 years because another guy had to come in. They just capped this shit. So this lady says the stop was moved, temporarily, which means anytime, a couple years. And she said, I was on a Route 11. I turned the corner up a block up. She says, "You mean I gotta walk back?" I said, "No, man. You ain't gonna walk. You can roll. You can crawl. You can do whatever you want." But the fact of the matter is, it is what it is, man. If you,
You
I
got to
can't
get
help you
from
there.
point A to point B.
Yeah, I mean, you don't stop trucking because of that. You just keep on keeping on. That's how we get through life. You know. So when I hear these guys on here that they couldn't take that freaking pressure, I'm thinking, you're a fucking pussy, man. I didn't enjoy a lot of it either, but I did it, and I did it for a good freaking reason because I liked the life I had, and I knew where I wanted to be, and this is what I had to do to get there. Because all the bitching in the world ain't gonna make it go away. You know, you still gotta go down that road, man. It's tough, but that last 10 years is a grind.
Yeah, the sad thing is what these agencies do for these teachers is they upfront them all of this extra money. They pay for things, right? And they get them so far in debt that you're right. They pay 60 to 70% of their paycheck every month until all of these loans are paid back. So
With interest.
with interest, that is correct.
They're hoping this Joe Biden shit, debt free stuff happens.
No, that doesn't apply to them.
Now that is
Student forgiveness.
yeah, that has nothing to do with this, and that would be absolutely a disaster.
Yeah. There are a couple people you can listen to advice from, and a lot of folks that don't know better take the easiest one because they're either afraid or they're lazy. And you got to be kind of a little above average, man, to process this and say maybe I should take the one that's the smartest thing to do.
Well, in our situations, we have learned that
Hey, you.
see we as Westerners don't want to be cheated out or hosed, and they are quite happy with all this unnecessary, like David said, put you in debt and all that stuff. We have a different mindset where we look and we say, wait, what's in this for us? How's this going to work out in the long run? But they don't have that same mindset. That's from my experience in the past 22 years.
I
More
don't
worrying about today, not worrying about the future. So,
I'm telling you, I always say this. I've had my thoughts of where I wanted to be since I was 16 years old, and I wanted this. I wanted to be right where I am. I didn't want to be one of these guys that had to work till I died. All three of my sisters do. All of them got to work their whole life. And I'm going to tell the younger one at my son's wedding. she's always got shitty comments to make. Well, I said, when you can grow up a pair of tits, then you can talk shit. but she's got the magic tool, and I said, and I'll say to her, hey, the dude bought her an engagement ring because he couldn't stand her. She kept pestering him, and he leans down, he goes, I bought her that so she'd shut the hell up. So. I'm gonna be honest with it. I said, this dude's too freaking smart to lose shit all over again in life twice. He's some kind of architect of some sort. So he's doing this project in Cincinnati. So they're living in Kentucky right now. And I'd say to my sister, if this don't work out, this guy ain't marrying you. If this don't work out, you're at Amazon. There's going to be some mid-level management shit for you to snag up there. Maybe they'll still sucker for that, But I can tell you, she was a holy roller before, not anymore. But I hate to be I told you so, but I try, and all of them I try to tell them, what you got to do, and none of them listen. So now I'm not working, but they are, and they will the rest of their lives. I just don't say stuff because I got this and they don't. I give
depends
anybody.
how bad you want it. If you want something bad enough, you can make it happen, but you got to sacrifice
Well,
something else.
yeah. My sister that's 18 months younger than me, I think she her husband died. So she's living with one of her kids, and the kid keeps having babies, and they screw her over and keep the babysitter.
Excuse me.
So she doesn't have a lot of private time. But the other ones, the oldest one, she's just a dumbass, man. I tried to tell her she's telling my cousin at my dad's burial thing, oh, I'm looking forward to retire. And I said, look, you're not going to be able to retire. She goes, yes, I am. My friend did this. I said, you're not your friend. I said, I'll bet you right now, man, my entire pension for yours, you won't be able to. I said, if you go to Social Security now, she don't have enough work credits. She don't have enough, so she's got to work till she's 60 all the rest of her life. So I said, this is in 2020. I said, go to Social Security and talk to them, because you don't want to wait till you think you're getting it, and you're going to be so crushed. If you find out now, maybe it'll be easier for you to take, and you can take a different direction with your, positive, or with your mindset. And she didn't do it. And then, I didn't say I told you so, but I knew it already. But I tried, and you can't, I know today's it's really tough. Then you gotta really know what the hell you want, man. Almost right away now. You know? It's making it difficult, man. It's oh my god, it could be so tough because you got all those other options.
They're whinging about it. Go and do something about it, or stop your whinging to me about it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If you're that pissed off with your life, go fucking change it.
When she was talking to my cousin, and I kept trying to tell her politely, no, I get to. No, I'm telling you, man, you ain't gonna, because I can tell you without even you telling me how long you've been working, you don't have enough fucking credits. Just because you turned 62 doesn't mean you got it made. If you didn't put in the time, you ain't getting that shit. And if it takes you till you're 70, that's what it's gonna take. But you gotta suck it up, man. I mean, ain't none of us ever had somebody say, "Don't worry about it, man. I'll leave you
I'll
at 20
pay.
grand."
I'll pay for your life for you.
My cousin was like,
Yeah,
when
we
she
never
heard,
had anyone say that.
I'm still waiting. Jeez, I was
My
excited when I went YouTube tonight, Tony. You gave me a wrench. Thank you.
Mm.
Oh,
Thank
it's the highlight of my week.
I give him solid advice. The highlight of your week is watching my show, huh?
No, getting a wrench.
You gave me a blue wrench. Thank you.
Well, yeah,
Now I'm
man.
going to start
Well,
dropping links all over the place.
Now he feels impotent.
That's
he's
right.
empowered, man. You know. Well, you
I'll get
know,
links everywhere.
I can't give nobody nothing right here because they make no comments on the YouTube side. So it's a lazy way of giving you a thing. So you got to write in a question or an answer.
Yeah.
You just say, "I
It's
love drag queens" or something. You know.
love Drake.
Well, if I don't catch it, then the smut stays on here. I don't want the smut on here. You might have that. You might have. I think Dice. If Dice is in the background, I know he might have been that one, or Will that put on that one with the jacking off to it.
Yeah, was
I
that your
mean,
channel,
because
Tony? No, that was Michael's. Wasn't
no,
it?
I put it on mine. It was on mine because I go, "What the hell is that?"
Who put that up?
I don't know, but I'm just saying. I'm thinking maybe it was, Dice or Will or somebody.
Maybe
Yeah,
you
I was
did
going
it.
to say, hey, I was going to say,
I
who's going
laughed.
to cut the cord on that? You know?
Hey, it was fun. You know what? The YouTube never took that video away either.
Never did anything about it. Huh?
No, no, no,
Wow.
no. Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I just do this thing to be for kicks, man. I if they take a live stream off it or like that,
Maybe they had some men in the YouTube offices that like that kind of stuff.
or they're overworked, being like Big Brother telling you what you should think and what you shouldn't, and let's have sympathy for the dudes with dicks that want to be women. Fuck. He had a dude on one of his that Pierce guy down there by you, Craig. I think Pierce.
So how's your brother-in-law doing?
Whose brother-in-law?
Yours. You know, that one.
Oh, that one, man. He's got a couple different channels there. One's called Yam Yam.
Really?
I said, "Hey, William." He's supposed to be coming there in December. Yeah,
He's in what,
I
Metro
just say,
Manila now?
yeah, I'm not. He would. Me and his other brother agree. There's nothing wrong with being gay, but man, when you start trying to, that's not what you are, man. Until you get that fucker lopped off or inverted, your name is what it is. This society we're in, they're so worried about it. They want to make everybody. They want to coddle everything. Oh, I'm a woman because I feel like it. Fuck, no, you ain't. Oh, it don't work like that. Can you have a baby, dude? No.
Science be damned, right?
Hey, when I was in the factory, this union guy, is a black dude. He's pretty cool though, and he died of a heart attack. But we used to have good laughs with him, And he said he had a friend that had made that switch. The T-shirt said "Ditch the bitch, make the switch." So what the hell was I saying?
Maybe I'll turn my mic back on. Is that better?
What the hell was I saying? Man?
We were trying to lip read, Craig.
No one can hear me.
No.
Huh?
Sorry.
You probably had a lot of good humor there that we missed, huh?
Yeah.
Are you still I never took you off, so you're still in here, Craig. Yeah, you're still in here. Yeah, you're still in
turned
here.
his audio. He muted himself, and he thought he was ripping us some good jokes. But
Hey, did you see that Asian dude that had like a 7 or 8 hour class, and he realized that he was only live for the last 10 minutes? No, he said.
He was
What
the
the hell was I
only
talking?
last two questions of the final exam showed up on the whole stream, huh?
The dude, the guy had a meltdown, man.
Yeah.
What's
Oh,
the
you
difference?
know,
I was gonna
yeah, I
say,
was saying to him,
sorry,
Go,
you go. Man.
go ahead, Craig.
No, I was going to say to William, what's the difference in the work ethic? Do they work harder in America than the Philippines, or the other way around? I don't know.
I don't know. I remember being there. First time I was there, we're
work,
Metro Manila.
well,
We're all sitting outside, around a table, of course. And I bought the beer. We're drinking. There's like three guys there, so I'm asking my wife, "Well, do they work?" And she said, "Oh yeah, he works at this company." And this is like Wednesday, right in the middle of the week, lunchtime. We're sitting there doing this. And she said, "Yeah, they work." And I asked her, "Well, when do they work?" It's kind of the middle of the week when most people would be diligently at their job, right? And I don't know when they work, but who knows? Maybe they were
well,
on night shift or something.
it might be
Maybe.
the hour they get for lunch, and then the half hour for lunch and the hour
No, they
rest.
were there all day. As long as I was buying, they were there all day talking. So,
And then they told their spouses they were working and they weren't.
yeah, they're working remotely, I guess, at Kiko's Beer
Oh,
Garden.
you ain't kidding.
Craig,
Remotely.
here's how I would answer that question.
Okay.
I would answer that question like this. I think in America, we take work more seriously.
I don't know about that.
You work a hell of a lot of more hours than any other
You
country in the world.
when you have a choice between not
Get any
eating and eating, you're gonna
Is that
work.
right?
You're gonna be to work if you're.
It, it's like anywhere. I think in both cases there'll be a small portion who have a
Oh,
great
sure.
work ethic,
Yeah.
and then there's a vast majority that don't have a great work ethic.
Well, when
I
you're
think
young,
that's
when you're
probably
young,
generalized throughout the world.
when you're young like that, you're motivated to no end, man. But when you, especially with the women over here, when you come to the
No,
reality that
Tony, when we were young, okay, that doesn't happen nowadays.
eh,
I don't see them out there busting it, 6 days a week,
not here, I
trying to
don't
get
know about
ahead.
there, but
Yeah,
I think
not
a
in the
lot of times it's
USA.
I think a lot of times here it's just you just accept what you got, and if you don't get any more, then
Yeah, you're a fatalist. Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
oh well,
yeah.
that's the way I've always been.
No,
So,
I asked my
and
brother.
I have it's hard to get over with my wife. I've tried to, and that's one thing I dislike about her attitude is, well, that's just no, it's not. You can do something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's like,
without getting
and David, that's where this working overseas thing comes into play. They're like, oh well, that's the best I could ever hope for.
Yeah.
Even if I do get treated like an indentured servant, it's the
Yep.
best
I
I could
asked
ever hope for.
I asked my brother-in-law. He used to work at the mall. Now he lives in Cavite. He takes the train up every day and does document delivery. And then that his wife or his girlfriend, their family's got a water business. So he he, uh, he does it every day. Man. He wanted when I got him up here to visit. He wanted to drive me 2 hours that way and bring me back 2 hours when he already spent 2 hours getting here. He wanted so
Yeah.
he ended up spending 8 hours in driving.
Hmm.
Just to come up
Can I
bring me
just say
to
something on that point? I had a suggestion from my wife the other day because it's her birthday and we got 3 days off. Well, we just go to Sydney for the night. So you realise it's a 9-hour drive each way. We're going to drive 9 hours, spend 8 hours there, and drive 9 hours back.
well, that's what you're
Yeah, that's the whole reasoning right there, Craig. I mean, that's it in a nutshell.
Oh,
You
man,
gonna
I'm going,
Drive 18 hours for 8 hours sleepover.
yeah.
you go, dear,
I know.
I'm too tired of doing it.
Craig,
gotta do
what day was her birthday? Because mine was on the 31st.
Now, that's coming up, the 31st of August, yeah.
Oh no, mine was hers was 31st of July.
I asked my brother-in-law.
Planning a trip, you know.
I
do
asked him.
something.
I saw some ladies at the mall last year, my first trip,
So fucking
and I said, hey, how long can women work here? Because I know there's an age limit. He said, unless if they're in the middle management, at least by the time they're 45, they got to. If they don't, if they're not, they got to go. They have to quit. That's it.
They get phased out.
Yeah, phased out. There's a kind word.
Yeah, that's what
But
happens.
By
they,
younger
like you
workers.
said,
Yeah.
that's one of those things that's tolerated here, man. So, I mean, I ain't rocking the boat. Believe me, I love being here, man. I like it where I am, you know.
Well, it sounds like to me you're a troublemaker. Maybe they ought to
No, you're the only one that gets me to up there, man. To get me in trouble.
Don't turn into the Hunchback of Bahole. You'll be right.
Yeah.
Yeah, hunchback of bohole, yeah, or it could be somebody called that dude up there in bohole, hunchback of bohole, Dan from a
Which
blind
one? Who
owl.
are they referring to?
Dan.
A YouTuber?
Yeah.
No, you was the same thing, right, Craig? Yeah.
He's
Somebody
fun.
said, "Look at that. The older he gets, the more humped his back gets." Man. See, his wife is pissed here because, like other Filipinas, she's not very up in the world, you know. And she thought her life was going to be better, but all it's been is like this, it's same or worse, you know. Because all this dude is living off of YouTube. You guys living off of YouTube now. When he's a year older than us, so unless he's got the work credits, he don't get the money. So, you know, he came out there. They made a video for him for his birthday, and he was down and out, man. I mean, he was walking like a zombie. Man. He was crushed, you know.
And
And
see the other one, the farmer one.
yeah, but
He's made his channel members only. You can only view his
Who?
you can only view his videos now if you become a member.
who's
Which
this?
one's that?
Self in the foot.
Which one, Craig? What's the name of the channel?
Foreigner farming in the Philippines, whatever.
Oh, that
So
dude. Fuck.
Only if you're a member, huh?
The golden
Hey,
boss,
hey, the guy,
whatever.
the guy says he ain't got shit, but he smokes cigarettes every freaking day too. You know.
Yeah.
What do you? You know
Exactly.
what?
How's the
When
wall
you're in your
progress coming
40s, when you're in your 40s and you come here, you're either on disability or you got an inheritance or you're a dumb fucker. Because he came here with any money. He bought the land. I don't know whether he had a cash payment, but he you know, just when he started this piggery, COVID happened. It just freaking blew everything up for him. You know, piggery's a
Actually,
pig.
And then you have two children.
Yeah. Yeah, and you bang some
Yeah.
other chick. You bang some other chick and your wife.
Didn't even buy the land, bought a lease.
Oh, is that right? Well,
What a country, huh?
like here, unless somebody's in the name of progress, that owner's probably still pestering them for a payment because I don't think he's probably gave him any, you know. So.
Oh, just amazing. I missed it. I missed the drama because I'm not paying to watch it. But
Oh, with the Aussie dude that he borrowed the money from, he was going to give it back, but he said, I'm going to keep it now.
yeah, it's a repeating pattern, you know.
If you're in your 40s and you come here with a shit plan,
It's like,
you're
great.
gonna
I got a good idea. I got like $1,000 to get over there. And when I get there and use that up, I'm going to live large on nothing. Because it's cheap to live there, right? That's what they all say, right, David?
That's right. I keep saying, I know I'm going to
And
piss
you-
you off.
And I can't work because I don't have a work permit.
If you have with those, I mean, one guy in Dice's bar, he was I don't know if he was a
It's
foreigner
just
of some
incredible.
sort. He worked at a call center. You know?
Well, you know,
But-
the key is some people can work there if you have a work permit, if you can prove that you can do a job that nobody else can do. Or it's kind of like the guy from Philippine Dreams, Ned. he works online reviewing content and documents. So he has a job where he makes money away from YouTube in the real world. But a lot of guys, and I know, and I've said this 100 times, if you don't have the money, if you can't afford to live in America, you can't afford to live.
Did you notice what Ned did? He put up his old videos with Michelle because I used to love watching those guys. And then when they broke up, he never said why. I mean, I'm sure his wife's cute now and he loves her and all that stuff. He's got 2 daughters now. But I used to love watching those two. I love watching those two, and all of a sudden it was gone. I'm like, everybody's going, what happened? One guy said, you got to understand that people are going to ask questions because you're part of the Stellar and Mirror, and then you're not there anymore.
Well, he did say at one time that it just didn't work out. He didn't go into details, but I saw that he did. But what he said was, folks, it just didn't work out.
Did you see? Did you notice the difference between him now and when he was seeing her, Michelle, versus his wife? What does he do now that he didn't do before?
Tony, what was that one? My Philippine Dream or something?
My Philippine Dreams or whatever. What does he do now that he didn't do then? Or what did he do then that he doesn't do now?
What is it?
He spends money like he never did before with Michelle. Michelle always had to have her own job. She always had to have this and that, but he would never, support her like that. When he meets this other one, the cutie, and she is cute. When he meets her, he buys a new truck. He buys a SUV. He buys all kinds of shit. Now, if you go to his channel,
Tony, you lose your mind, right? We used to call it. Remember, you go goo goo gaga. Remember that?
Well, the problem he had, one of the problems he had, is that he had a back problem with his spine or discs.
Yeah.
So that probably put him in a shitty mood to begin with. Plus, you know what, guys don't realize this shit, but a woman's gonna put about 2 years into your ass. You don't come around and ask her for marriage after 2 years. They won't tell you. They'll just go.
That's right. And all he said was it just didn't work out. So, and
they know that the majority of men lose their freaking mind over a beautiful woman. If they know that, then they can play that, right?
He was perfect.
The mind has no say in it anymore. That's the problem.
What's that, Craig?
The mind has no say in it anymore. It gets taken over by the other end of you.
So now, when they would go on trips, exploring like he used to with her, one of the sister-in-laws came with them every one. I'm thinking, well, that must be modern day birth control because you can't be doing shit when the room next door is like a.
Maybe they're all together.
Yeah, maybe, man. At first, I thought that was her mother because I said, "How old's your mother?" She said, 67. I said, "Man, she don't look like she's 67."
Tony's a pretty good judge of age, right, Tony?
Yeah, I knew she wasn't, but.
So is that Terrence guy still on YouTube?
Yeah, seen one from him 3 days ago.
Did you?
Who?
But he's really gone low and even more lower now because of all the shit that's going on.
Who's still on what?
Terrence, what's his channel again? Britain, the Philippines?
Oh, Terrence, a foreigner. Yeah, the prune. Now
what's he up to now, Craig?
I don't know. He was saying something. I didn't watch the video. I just seen the title. Beth can now drive properly or some shit like that.
They're hurting for
the
money
most part. He used to always let her make the titles, and you can tell if you're an English speaker.
Yeah,
they'd let her make the titles.
But
okay.
They got in a world of
one man who groomed about 5 others underneath. It was like a pyramid.
He's gonna be. He's got to be near
What,
90.
wasn't there someone out there trying to get him in trouble because of all his
Everybody was.
all
He
the
got-
generous giving and all this
That was
stuff?
the hunchback. That was Blind Owl Outdoors dude.
Yeah, but he got in trouble.
Because
Yeah.
well, they didn't have a license and all this and that.
So
He
you
went
see
down,
that
but
the premises they're living in now is,
they got the guy
I
from
don't know. I
Blind Owl.
Blind
haven't seen a video
what
of
they were
him
living in 3 years ago.
He went to
$3
this
million
one family.
The last time I saw, they got wiped out by the typhoon or something, and they were living next to Mama or something.
They always
that's
did
the
live
last I
next
ever
to
saw them.
They always did live
That's
next
the
to
last I ever.
I just seen the thing. I don't take any notice of them.
He was helping people that didn't really want to be helped. They just came to him and
Yeah,
started making
helping
good
people to help himself. Reckon he built 57 houses at
Oh, he
450,000 pesos.
he
He
bought a
liked-
Craig, how
Ford
much-
Raptor.
Yeah, how
bought a
much
Ford
does that brand new
Raptor.
Ford Raptor cost? Is that about
That's
70 grand in
$60K,
the
dude.
Philippines?
$60K
Yeah.
basic.
In the
Base
Philippines,
is 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you pay 42% interest if you take a loan. But he said, oh,
On the Ford Raptor, what he said, I saw this, and then after that, I quit watching him. What he said about the Ford Raptor was his wife, over the last few years, has been saving up the grocery money that they didn't use and went out and paid, and they paid cash for it.
Yeah, all the pesos they were going to spend at the Sorry store every week.
well, they must have been. What
Saved
are they on
those
filet mignon? Hey, they eat filet mignon every day or something?
They did the Baby May scam, the dying child, and got
They did.
donations from all over the world. And then
Yeah.
he groomed the foreigner farmer, and the Philippines was one of his proteges. And then he made the foreigner made a video about how Brian had sent him an email and a message saying that Maricel had stage 5 brain cancer and had less than 12 months to live, blah, blah, blah. And then everything poured in for them. And now it's nearly 6 years later and she's still kicking back, drinking wine. And all of a sudden it was a miraculous cure, It's just,
who's the Hunchback
evangelist,
guy? I'll have to watch his
televangelist.
too. What's the name of the Hunchback guy's channel?
Blind Owl Outdoors.
Blind Owl.
But they listen to
Owl
me.
Outdoors,
Terrence,
okay.
when Terrence, Blind Owl Outdoors, when Terrence was talking to him when they first
But
met,
he ain't as bad because he's
He
just
don't-
an arrogant pig. The others are
He don't-
manipulated scammers.
Right.
he don't know the guy. So Dan is telling Terrence that he was messing around with some married woman. He's talking about all these sexual conquests. He said that guy's crazy, man. But he they had a question one time because they were getting harassed, and I saw who was doing it, and I sent them a message. And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to donate?" That's when I stopped. I stopped watching that. He's a bullshit.
Terrence
And
is
you know
there.
what? Remember that guy?
Girls they have adopted.
You remember that guy we watched? Used to be called Rizzuto Family Vlog. Remember that guy, Phil? Well, he did a video once. He was in a Ford dealership because they had rented they lived near Dan and all them guys. He never talked to him, but he's off the air now too. I don't know what happened to him, but I guess he had issues with I don't know, fucking something. And he went in to buy. He was checking out a new truck, and Terrence was in there with Beth because they were working on his Raptor. And I thought to myself when I saw that, I thought there's like 4 guys crawling all over the engine bay, and I'm thinking these can't be factory trained dudes because they don't know what the fuck they're looking at. And for one he bought a Ford, and I can attest to this shit because listen, I refuse to see the light.
Tell them what it stands for, Tony.
I had to fix or repair daily. And I had
Tell them
I had
what
a
Fiat stands for, Tony.
I don't know.
You want to see a good Ford? Go click that link.
Fiat.
I put there.
No, man.
Fiat. Hey,
That'll
Tony.
show you a good Ford.
Fiat was fixing
Dude, I'm
again,
telling-
Tony.
Fix it again. I'm telling you, I knew, and this is serious too. It's not bullshit. I knew those dudes at the deal, everyone at the dealership, better than I knew my own family. I was there so fucking much with a car that broke down all the time. It was a recall for everything. You know, the only Ford I made money. The only Ford I made money on was an '07 with the Trident V8 and all of that. And luckily I went to CarMax and I sold it. So the guy I made $3,000 on there. I put it on my Honda I bought, not there. But the guy says because it was 1,000 below what I should have got, and he goes, oh, because I look on the prices what they are, trade in, new and all that
Like
shit.
blue book value.
Yeah, yeah. And the dude goes, oh, you look at that stuff. And I said, yeah, man, of course I do. But every Ford, man, I shit you not, every freaking, and I had a lot of them, man. And if any, their bread and butter is their car. I mean, it was their trucks, but now it's better be their trucks. They don't have cars no more.
You know what blows me away is how many YouTubers fight with each other. There's a fight between a guy in Australia and a colored guy, and I mean it's just
Colored guy.
they're so jealous of their.
It's better than any soap opera.
Hey.
Somebody may get something that somebody else don't have.
It's good. That's so catchy and it's so pointless, but it's entertainment.
Yeah, it's chismus.
And that's why they do it. That's why they do it. It's all for views.
Yeah.
But man, do they get pissed.
Look at that. I saw my son downstairs for that beer like 15 freaking minutes ago, man. The problem with him is the problem is
we ought to tell Michael. Michael, don't really get upset about it. Just play along. You make good drama.
That's right.
Because then you'll have one channel against the other.
That's right.
When he was yelling at you, David, remember?
Yeah.
He
That was Robert.
A vein.
Robert, man.
No.
He calls him Fat
Michael.
Boy. You don't even
David?
know him.
No, that was Michael. He's talking about the last time with Jack.
Yeah. So, but if he'd play his cards right, he'd just use that as drama. You get more views.
When Micah built up,
controversy.
His veins were all in it.
Where's the Robert guy?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen him. I don't know who he gets on anymore.
It's like the guy that gets the information, which is cool. But when you debate it, if you want to, you go, hey, bullshit. Wait till after he's been drinking for 3 hours, then all of a sudden he's fucking like
no, I don't go by the facts.
But we were all saying because all of us had a spouse over there, so we're going, yeah, we can't go, man. There's no way that we can get there. And he goes, you can if you're a seafarer or a merchant marine. We ain't gonna hop in a fucking boat and work.
We're old enough from a time when there was your opinion, there was my opinion, but there's always the facts. So one of the opinions is closer to the facts than the other one. So that's what you got to defend, right?
Now, if you're on a ship and you get over there, are they going to be cool with you blowing off and go your own merry way? And you hide out, then you're a fucking overstayer. But anyway,
I think there's a lot of foreigners who go there because they're running away from something. Maybe legally or relationally.
I'm telling you, man.
Financially.
I'm telling you, if you're between 20 and 50 years old, and you're not retired, and you don't have disability, you're something's wrong with you, man. That's why you're going.
I actually made a new video the other day. I haven't released it yet, but I redid it out in the yard talking about this. And I firmly believe, after my research, that there's a good majority of guys that go to Thailand, Vietnam, the Philippines, and other countries even closer to the U.S. because they're running from the United States. There's actually, and I've actually seen this.
Not even go further. They're running from themselves. They want to go there to make themselves feel good and big because they can't deal with the reality of themselves and their lives.
Hey, if I have money in the background from my grade school here, hello.
But
I-
I've actually done some tracking of data because I like data, and I have found that there's been a number of expats in the United States who've gone to these countries, and you would be shocked how many of them have been picked up in other countries and or trying to get to another country that has pending sexual assault charges and child molestation charges.
Oh my!
You'd be shocked at the number.
Mhm.
They used to
It's
go
the
to
same
Thailand. All of them used to go
They're
to
running, but they
Thailand.
can't. They're running, but they can't run from themselves. So
That's
they will
right.
always fuck up.
Yeah.
They're gonna have the Gary Glitter defense.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He couldn't leave them. He couldn't leave them little ones alone for nothing.
You know,
Not so much that, just in everyday aspects. You know, I don't know. Because you do. It's like you go there and everyone just assumes because you're an Aussie and they're an Aussie, you're going to be best mates when you're there.
Yeah,
It don't work. You know?
I agree.
No.
of course not.
Because you know when
That's
someone's
why-
no good, you know?
Hey, that's why I only let the creme of the
I mean,
creme
no
out
one-
there.
No one's perfect. We all make mistakes, but
Right.
just the amount of bullshit and
There's a
expectation
guy-
and views on things are just so far from reality. It's not. You know,
There is a guy that,
my
that
opinion.
makes that is usually cool, that makes that one dumb mistake and you can forgive that. But certain folks, that's their life. Their whole lives are bullshit. And what I don't
Craig,
like is I don't like the person,
Craig-
man. You know,
Craig and a lot of those guys have YouTube channels.
yeah, I'm one of them. That's right. But
You're one of them.
no, now you've thrown me. I was going to say something really important, but I forgot it.
Go ahead, man. You got the floor.
Because Tony rambled on too long.
I can't remember. I'm going to end up with else.
No. Your mic was
Sure.
shut off.
I
No,
mean,
you were talking about YouTubers and meeting another Aussie, and you might not like them, you know, just because they're from the same country,
No.
speak the same language.
Brian, you know, Philly
Yeah,
Philippines. I watch that. I watch him once in a while. Some
Couldn't
guys
have
they
been
get too
that important.
personal. He's too this, he's too that. I go, well, fucking too what? Then I watched him, man. They don't mean he's an asshole.
Tony,
You know.
who? Brian, who? What are you talking about?
Philly in the Philippines. I used to watch that occasionally.
Philly.
Oh, yeah.
And
watch
one time I was on another guy's live stream, and these guys were talking shit about him. And Brian was on there because he said hello, and I said, "Man, these guys are talking shit about you." He goes, "Yeah, I know." And I'm like, I can't even believe these guys were getting bent out of shape over this shit, man. You know, it wasn't like you're out there, you're both playing a guitar for fucking money, and one stole somebody else's money or something. You know, and it wasn't that serious. You know, just,
They're all bored. They're all bored.
Yeah.
you know what I say? It goes good with age and retirement. Are these suckers right here?
Well, you guys might be shocked, but I actually, believe it or not, I get a lot of people, expats or future expats, that reach out to me on a regular basis. And as I get to know them,
Can't be me.
I quickly find out, like Craig said, most of them are running from something.
Right.
But they
You know
reach
what?
out to me for advice.
It's the easiest
They got
option. You run away
they
and
got
try something else, but rather than tackling the core issues.
Right.
Right.
They got
You know?
they got that
And
that
It
guy
becomes
from
a pattern, and
Alabama.
then it's everyone else's fault. It's never my fault, never my responsibility. It's bad circumstances or someone else fucked me over. It's you.
You can tell if you have a good.
You know
I have a
what
good
mean.
judge of character.
It's
You have a good
simple.
judge
It's
of
fucking
character.
simple.
And you
I don't get why they don't get it.
you can
Well, let me
tell.
let me give you a financial example that I hear quite a bit. All right, so you got a guy who's either on disability, Social Security disability, and he took his retirement early. Now it's only going to be $800 to $1,200 a month, so he can't live in America the way he wants to. Nobody will have anything to do with him in America because he's nasty and disgusting. So he goes to the Philippines. He finds some woman to shack up with. He gets her pregnant. Doesn't marry her, but he gets her pregnant. They have a child. Then he tells Social Security, "I have now a biological son," and now they get an additional half of his pay, and that's what they do to make money.
Could be
So,
half,
and then
150%.
they start a YouTube channel, yay! But what their real goal is to have babies, and I know a number of guys that have done this. So therefore, they apply to Social Security. Now they get, instead of just 1,000, they get an additional half. So now they got $1,500 to live on.
Well, it's 100.
In the Philippines.
It's 100.
And then-
100
You
It-
pay
it
the
depends
price
on
down
your
the track because next time you come back as a blowfly, get 28 days if no one squashes you on the wall.
It depends on your work record. How much
I don't
cash?
know what I'm talking about. I need a smoke and a beer. I'll be back.
Nah.
Okay.
Oh, don't mute yourself, man. Don't do that.
Why? I've got the daughter and a girlfriend in their bedroom making noises.
Oh,
Oh, your
No,
girlfriend? Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
Two girls.
All right.
So,
Anyway, what was you talking about?
then they
Oh,
bitch.
yeah,
yeah.
you're right, David. There's a lot of those situations where
That Jordan,
Well, then they-
Jordan dude. Everybody's
they
been.
think that their $800 over there is really gonna,
Right.
you know, they
But
got
then they bitch.
they have people telling them they're gonna live like kings
you know,
on that.
you know what
amount of
people
money,
got a
right?
problem with? They go, hey, well, one guy, well, you can live over there in 800. Well, yeah, you might, as long as you eat frickin' the bare necessities, man. You don't get to enjoy life like you do back home. You're just here and it don't snow and you're worse off.
Well, then they bitch and complain and e-bag, and I know this because at least a couple of times a month, I get some foreigner, some American, hitting me up. Oh,
I'll give you some money, David. What the fuck, man? I'm sitting here.
yeah, I get it more than you know. So,
You know what? If I was going to ask somebody on here for any money, I wouldn't do it in public. I'd be embarrassed.
yeah.
But believe me, for me, it would be because something catastrophic or semi-catastrophic happened where it put me in a bind.
Well,
But
there's a huge difference if you have a friend, a relationship with somebody that you trust, who gets in a situation no matter where they're at, versus somebody who just looks you up and says, "Hey, we're Americans. We and you, me and you, we're brothers because we're Americans. Can you give me money because I can't buy rice for my dog or whatever the hell it is?"
They were talking about that Barry Jordan dude. I thought that mother effer is full of shit, man. That guy's got so many. Listen, he overstays. He comes here. What's he in his 40s? He's not on disability. So what the hell is he doing? What are you doing here, man? I mean, then you get all sympathetic from all these suckers when they hear you crying. But I can tell that dude is a piece of shit, man. He always will be. He is what he is, man. But he's got these other people snowed. I wouldn't give that guy a fucking dime.
So whatever happened to Rick Hay? Is he back in America now? Did he give up?
No, he went back. He came back, and I guess he married that one girl. I guess, but I used to watch Ricky, Philippine Dreams, and Bud Brown. I used to watch those stories back in. Yeah, Bud was talking about coming back here though. He never got a 13. He never what?
He was in Mexico a while back.
Oh, he was. So he said, yeah, he was talking about going there. I guess
His
brother
video I
Lance
saw,
lived
he
near-
was down with his kids on the border of Mexico near there in California.
I think his son's a flamer. But anyway, wearing these pink buddy shirts and shit like that. But
I
that part of
cannot
Mexico.
see. I can't see financially going from the Philippines to California. That would be rough.
Well, I guess it's because of the health issues, but that's why they're so close.
But there's stuff starting to catch up on at least his wife. Last I saw, and I haven't watched that one forever. You know, but good
But I
people
haven't seen,
nonetheless. I mean, these he was entertaining to watch. What's that?
and I haven't had anything from that Andy Omar guy in quite a while, which
Oh,
is
no,
good.
no, no. He must have fucking stroked out or somebody offed him or something.
Yeah.
That's good too, because I told that guy he didn't know who I was. I said, "Listen, man, why are you so bent out of shape for other people's shit? Are they upsetting your business or something? Why do
Yeah.
you give a shit whether somebody's a fucking e-big? To me, the dumb fuckers are the ones that pay him. You know, if you're gonna be dumb enough to believe somebody's bullshit, then it's okay. I mean, you know, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
that shit catches up to these dudes. So, but really, in the beginning, I'd go, that guy, but now it's like, go ahead, man. I don't even want to tune people like that in, but if people want to give them money, then they do, and that's their business.
Well, that's their business. Yeah.
Well, the best thing about that, Tony, originally how we all met.
Yeah.
That's one good
Oh
thing
yeah,
about
Yeah, yeah. YouTube's
how we
good.
all got to meet. It all stemmed from being on
yeah. Well,
One
I don't have any.
place. So
I don't have any problems with the folks I talk with on here. You guys, Michael comes on, Jack. I'm good, man. So this is kind of a therapeutic in a way, man. The people that I
yeah,
have on, the people that I have come on here, I enjoy seeing them, and
Yeah, it looks like
there's
Enrique still has his dating videos going, where he's putting
who?
pictures of Enrique, Life Beyond the Seas.
Oh,
uh,
never
He,
watched.
he's still putting his bikini-clad
Steve.
girls on his thumbnails.
Steve, well, he knows what sells. Sex sells, man.
That's it.
Steve Montelli told. They asked him a question once because I used to watch his. I thought, oh, what a grumpy dude, man, but he's entertaining. I talked to him on Facebook once in a while. I got
He's
known
on.
him,
You
I
know
got to
who
know
I
him
like
pretty
to
good.
watch?
And
There's a guy.
he said that, and people were asking him about people he met. He said, I knew 5 minutes after I met Rike, I didn't like him.
Yeah.
Do you know there's a guy called an Aussie farming in the Philippines? He is
Yes.
funny.
Yeah,
He is
yeah.
funny. I love to watch him.
Isn't that dude that borrowed the Brian dude money? That the guy?
Yeah.
Huh?
He's the one of the ones that's within a fight with somebody.
He
I
was
think
gonna
he's
he was gonna pay he was gonna pay the dude back, and then he said, "Forget it. I'm gonna keep it."
No, that's not Will. Anyway,
Uh,
I don't know. He had a car crash. I actually sent him money, and then he sent it back to me.
No, Craig. Do you know that guy in Aussie farming in the Philippines? Do you watch him?
Yeah,
Yeah, William, I think is his name.
Will and Chief. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
he's funny. I like his humor.
Yeah, he has a good channel.
I like
He-
Aussie humor.
Yeah, he's
they had a British guy that was he used to give Chris rent a lot of shit, and the dude was obsessed with just saying or doing whatever he could to try to hurt him. That's the guy to say he tried to kill himself, but he took I think he actually took 10 freaking aspirin or some shit.
Yeah.
But
Who
the
was the
medics,
guy? What was the guy's name?
I forget his name. Some Brit not farming in the Philippines or some shit like that.
yeah.
So the guy was the guy was
okay.
keeping it up. The guy was keeping it up. At the time I went over there and I said, does it really whatever he does, who cares what he does? Who cares? Do you
Right.
is your life that empty that you feel you got to go try to make somebody else's miserable? I said you're trying to make this dude hurt himself. You know, obviously obviously he gets to him because not that. Now I'm talking like a couple of years ago now, but he would he would
Here's what I don't really well. I'm looking at Chris and Cebu because I haven't heard from him in a long time. And it doesn't look like he's done anything in over a year. Chris and Cebu.
Oh yeah,
never
yeah,
heard of
man. What happened with him? What happened with? I like that guy.
Over a year since he's posted anything.
Yeah, I heard he was working though. Maybe called someone.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
Well, him and his wife got in that condo, and then they bought a car. He's over there. They lost their jobs in America. He feels he had all these sweet Gibsons and all these guitars and all this shit, and
Hey,
the
there's
place
always two
confiscated.
reasons. There's always two reasons for people not hearing from you: death or in prison.
Yeah, or hiding.
Well, the workload is probably really getting to the old lady. I mean, she's from DePaul. They made 2 trips there in the car. He was nice to see, man. Like, when I first saw him, I watched him. Then I went away for a long time, and he reminded me of a pitch man like Billy Mays Hayes for selling his shit on TV. You use your hands like that. But spend some time watching him. So I like the guy.
I'm going power crazy. I'm dropping links.
He never asked
Dropping
nobody for
links.
money or nothing.
Like we know how to use those, Craig.
Well,
Wait a
someone
minute.
might.
Greg, you
I just want to see.
you can drop. Okay. Well, they don't. Yeah.
Like we really know how to multitask, Craig.
No, I'm only a cut above you.
Some of
You
us
don't
are
have
too
Just a
more
old for that.
feminine side within you. If you had more feminine side within you, you'd be able to multitask.
Hey, Craig, I noticed something
Well, I
different
guess
about
that's
you.
a good thing.
Well,
I
there you
noticed.
go.
I noticed something different about you today.
Too many beers.
You got that after sex hairdo. You got that after sex hairdo tonight.
Hello?
Yeah, all
Same
messy.
hairdo. It's the same hairdo I have every day. Tells you
Wait,
something.
it is what, midnight? Just past midnight there. All right. It's officially
Go
Saturday
get up in the
morning.
middle of you're gonna get up in the middle of the bed, start howling.
That was part of the contract at the start.
Ah,
He's overworked and underpaid.
Hey, a bit of sensibility. Gary, there you go.
hey, Gary, are you gonna come on here? Or do I have to go?
Gary
Do I have to
who?
go backstage? Gary retired life.
Is Gary alive and kicking?
Apparently.
Oh man, Gary, why don't we? Oh, we're up to 8 people. We gotta stay on. We probably got.
Either
we
that
probably
or his
got the,
artificial intelligence is posting for him.
Well, he's probably afraid you're going to yell at him, Tony. He's like, "Ow,
I ain't
get on there."
yelling.
Tony will yell at me.
What are you going to yell? Get on
Come
the
on up.
plane!
We want to hear the relationship of the week.
You got a month. How much money you give away to the poor children in Thailand?
Don't know.
No?
Oh, we had Powerball here on Thursday night. I was hoping I'd win. It was $100 million.
Which, but that's
I
Aussie dollars.
Yeah, it's only like 70 million US.
Yeah.
Still, it'd be all right.
Yeah. It'll get you through the weekend, maybe.
Be a
Couple
good 5
buddies.
years. Be a great 5 years. God, you could just live off the interest.
I always said if I won that much, I'd buy a compound. The problem is where to put it in the Philippines. I'd have all the guys I know and hang out with here in the barber shop, right? And built a gated community. It's getting more and more. We'd probably need 10, 12, 20 houses, but of course, after we'd start living there, we'd all get on each other's nerves.
Hey, we wouldn't have to.
Our wives would start the chismus, and all that.
You could probably have a helicopter parked out the back for emergency. You'd be all right.
Just woke up.
Yeah, I'll go
Problem
by.
is, you can never get a central location where everyone's happy with.
No.
Like, oh no, I want to be in Luzon. No, I want to be in.
I could go on here.
I want to be in
See, I could. I think my old classmate's on here. I think she's subbed to my channel. So. Say hello to Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia.
Your old classmate.
Was he a good
man.
classmate? or is he an asshole?
I haven't
Well,
seen her for 50. I think her husband just passed away from cancer, either
Ah,
this past year or a
that's not.
few years back.
you
Nice,
can't
nice.
remember
They
that
both.
far ago because he only went to sixth grade.
Well, I was about. I haven't seen her for about 50 years.
Wow.
Grade school, man. Shit.
Huh.
But
You do
good person.
remember
Good
she was a
person.
class.
They found God, and I know her husband from somewhere. I've been to bars that like I'm the only white guy in the bar. They're all
So he was
Hispanic.
a
But
local guy, huh?
yeah, he was local, and so was she. But when they started having children, I know I met him. I know him. But good people, good people. Yep.
I hardly ever run into any of my old classmates.
Well, what happened was
Very seldom.
somebody was on the high school website, and they said, "Oh, who out there has any of their report cards from from whatever?" And a lot of people said, "Well, I got mine from grade school. I still got them." And I commented right below the one that she has her and her husband as avatar. So I noticed them. I go, man, she looks familiar, man. Who could have? I said she looks like. Oh yeah, I asked her if her maiden name was such and such, and she's
So and
like, well,
so,
where did
yeah.
you? She's like, where did you find me? And how? I said, well, I was on the South Division thing, and there you were
Yeah.
above me or
So I'm
below
a
me, and
professional stalker.
I remember those eyes. So yeah,
Whoa.
professional stalker. Okay,
You actually looked at the eyes? Oh, wow.
yeah, man. Yeah. Well, there's one thing that never changes in a person, regardless of their eyes. Their eyes always look the same.
Really?
Your body might change in your skin, but your
Believe me,
eyes.
I've been to class reunions. We don't look the same after 40 years.
Well, I don't. Yeah, man. When I was when I was in Dominican at a lifestyle resort, $1,100. It was 7 days and 6 nights, 7 days for $1,000, and we were all sitting around talking because me and the ex girlfriend went. But so I hung out like with whoever, and this one guy goes. He goes, "You're." At the time I was 50. He said, "Oh, you're 50?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Man, most of the guys I know when they're 50, they got that gut and all that other shit." Yeah, now I got it, but I'm
Yeah.
62 though. So
It just took you 10 more years to acquire it, huh?
yeah,
Well, I don't go
yeah.
to class reunions because when I go, what I've learned is everybody looks really, really old. So that can't be my class. So some of my things got messed
Right.
Hey, hey,
up.
Those can't be.
I got
Yeah.
my older sister says my older sister at my one of my auntie's funerals. She says, "Oh man, Christine looks so old. Oh my god." And I'm thinking, did you look in the fucking mirror, man? Because you're no prize either. I said, I told my dad and all them were sitting around. I said, we all change, man. And he goes, that's right. I said, Ron, look at you. You look like shit too, man. I mean, if you guys were side by side, you'd be two fucking stupid cousins that look like you're 90 years old. But as she's saying this, I'm thinking, did you look in the mirror, man? Because time has passed you by. Oh, Gary's coming on, man. Hey,
Hey,
I'm no longer the
Father,
oldest.
surprised I was able to catch your live stream. I never catch it. Always.
Well, wait, I knew you were gonna wake up, man. See, I get tired of being the oldest guy on here. See,
Are you the
so,
oldest?
I don't get
You
tired of
out of
are.
being
these,
and the best looking. So
I don't think you're the
out of these
oldest there.
guys,
How
yeah,
old
I
are
am.
you? What are you?
I hear you. What?
How old are you?
Currently, I'm 61. But Kiko's what? 3 weeks younger than me? 3, 4, something like that.
You're
I'll be
early
62.
October, right?
Yeah, third. I'll be 62. Yeah.
So did you already
So
go
Gary,
apply for your Social Security stuff
yeah, man, I got it all set, dude.
before you
I
left?
know what I'm getting.
How long you been there now?
Yeah, I came in April. I didn't. No, I did mine over the internet here.
Oh, okay. How hard was it?
It ain't hard at all. Ain't no, no,
So I
fucking.
got
It's like
physically go down to the office, huh?
if I were you, I would have. If you're a little hesitant about that, but I have had my
So
account on
you
Social
did
Security
yours
for.
online, so you didn't. Oh, you have an account with a password and all that. Yeah, I did
Yeah,
too. But
year.
then remember they came up with, well, they want a cell phone now too, and I balked
Yeah,
at
they
that.
do.
So
Well,
So you're
because they
not
send
gonna
you
let your you're not gonna just let yours just keep going, Chico, even though you're not working. You know, if you can live without your Social Security, you can just let it ride and
let
no,
it
because you
ride.
might
I
not
ain't
live
giving
to
a shit.
67.
huh?
Fuck that.
You might not live to 67.
You get 8%. You can let it go until 70.
Nah,
No,
take it early and
no,
enjoy it.
I'm taking it early and often.
Are you stoned,
8%,
man?
8% every year.
Take it early.
So he
But
waits till
Gary,
he's
you got to
70
be
and he
around to
dies.
actually benefit from that, right?
Yeah, be there.
Take it early.
You don't know that.
You haven't taken yours yet, Gary.
I just let it ride. You know.
You
No, you're
haven't. You
making
haven't
it.
taken
No,
it yet.
go ahead, give
You
all
haven't
that back
taken
to
it.
the government.
Yeah.
Well, I'm taking it. I'm
What do
not
you?
already over 70.
You don't have no. You don't have no children or spouse, so
Yeah.
they'll just fucking throw it back in the pile. Man.
In fact,
So what's up with you, Gary? You when you coming here, or what's going on with that?
I can never. You know, I can never.
Look at
Oh
your
man, I
finger.
got a comfortable chair over here now, real nice. I have it covered with towels because I just want to preserve its color over
Move
there.
it too fast,
Um,
man. Look like you got a
and,
playpen.
I fall asleep in that. I fall asleep in that chair, you know, and
Look like a
gee,
play.
it does. It makes my neck so stiff.
Yeah.
When I wake up, you know,
Hmm.
painfully stiff. Let me hold my phone with the other hand.
Well, what if rigor mortis
Away.
settles in?
You know, I
So what's
try
going
to
on,
maintain
Gary?
a straight
What's going
body,
on
you
with
know.
what are your plans here? They changed it all or what?
Well, I do have a woman of interest now,
You always do. Well, how old is she?
Well,
younger than me.
Next. Ron was
Younger.
is she in Thailand or here?
She's in Thailand.
Oh. What about Vietnam, man?
Well, no, I wanna go to a country where well,
You can't get
I know
arrested for dating a
people.
12-year-old?
You know, I met her now. I'm not gonna. I'm not. I'm going to pursue her.
Come on.
Only one problem is I have to learn Thai because she doesn't speak it English. Um,
What? No English?
That's
no
Oh,
good. You
English.
don't want to learn. Just you don't want to learn.
go to a Thai
Better off
restaurant.
not knowing when they're yelling at
Yeah,
you.
Craig, that solves one problem, huh, Craig?
That's right.
Okay.
It's,
What's
So
you don't know whether they're excited or they're upset or they're yelling. So you just keep the nice mellow thing going and let them do what they want.
come on. Todo.
Sorry,
Thai,
that's
what's wrong
you.
with the Philippines, man?
I tried the Philippines and I've had too many disappointments in the Philippines. So
How have you tried it, Gary? You ain't been there.
that's because you're focusing
Yeah.
on. You should just focus on the country and your experience, and the women issue will solve itself. I don't think anybody should ever go to the Philippines or Thailand for a woman. They should go there because they want to go to that country.
Do your
Nah,
manscaping.
you're going there for the women. Let's face reality.
Yeah.
Well, we're there to have sex with the women, but not go there to for the
Listen to
relationship.
Tom. Listen to Tom Jones there.
But you gotta live.
Oh,
You gotta
Well,
live.
It's not
we never
unusual
know.
for
We know
Gary.
life is short. We never know how long we're going to live. So
You seem
I
to
just don't
know.
want to. I just don't want to go around and wander around. Things like that. I want to get something right
Gary,
now.
you what, 74?
But you're telling me to
You-
put
you-
off on my Social Security.
Gary, you
That's
sound good.
because I know you're going to at least go over 70. Everybody.
Gary, you sound good and you look good, man. So
No, I have
Oh,
a
thanks.
brother that made it to 65.
That's 65.
my grandfather was 63 and my grandmother was. Michael Mick is here. Let's welcome to the show, Mr. Pale Pilson's here.
There he is, the Irishman.
Tony, hello, Dave, and
Is this the show or
Gary.
what?
Good,
Hey,
Dave.
Michael,
The chief of smoke.
Hey, you
Yep.
didn't pass the you didn't pass the twit.
I was got there.
okay.
I was got there. Almost.
Hey, you haven't passed up the twit in the Philippines, have you? To be on here,
What?
the twit in the
Huh.
Philippines. I think he. That's
Huh.
tomorrow.
What? You gotta be thankful that I even come to your live stream.
Yeah.
Well, we do. We all feel. We all feel honored.
I was just telling you guys earlier. I said, when am I going to get a
I know it, Tony. I know it, Tony.
When am I going
told-
to get a
I told
hillbilly?
Tony to put the red carpet out.
Damn, Moppy.
Mapu?
Like Gary's going mobile.
Wait, you don't know what Tony is? Boy, I'm a bitch.
A hillbilly from Pennsylvania, man.
To get my iPad up here, and
Hey, can I use that comb? Can I use that
You might
comb?
get those. Hey,
little tiny
You need
phone
some
for,
edge trimmers.
and Gary, if you're down there snacking, you might get that juice all knotted up in.
actually spilling soup and everything in the beer. It actually gives it a little bit more protein and things.
No, there you go. A little.
I
And,
like stuff out of my beer.
it
You know
helps
what, Gary?
the,
I only wish I
beard's,
had
gets-
more beer. I'm out of beer now. So
Hey,
Well,
Hey.
Michael send some up to him.
hey.
yeah, really.
Down.
How many got?
Yeah,
Some
down
time.
east, it's so good.
So
I got my
good, huh?
iPad working now.
Got your what?
The iPad.
Wow. Moving up in the world. Why an iPad? You
Yeah,
can
I
take it
had
to
it,
the.
but actually, it was a gift from my ex-girlfriend's family to
What?
me, and
Let
when I
me
turned
ask you,
70.
what is the
When you-
difference between an iPad and a laptop? No, none, or what? One more portable
Keyboard.
than the other?
Yeah,
What
one.
is-
It has a smaller screen. That's what it is, really.
No more beer, son of a bitch. Oh man.
Really?
Gotta
didn't
send
do
your,
Hey, listen,
send your
we
wife out
go.
for beer, Tony.
Yeah, send
We-
someone down to the
listen,
Sorry
we go-
store, Tony.
I've been ordering beer off of Shopee like Lazada because we walked up this Pure Gold the other day. They had one can of Pale Pilsen, super dry. So I thought I'd try that because I tried that dry Asahi is that's dry and I like that. So we go up there the next day. There's nothing there. So on the way back home, we stopped at this liquor store, and I said, "Hey, do you have any?" I was looking for a different beer, and Blaze starts laughing. She said, "No." I said, "Oh yeah, you only sell San Mig here. That's why we got to order. At San Mig is all you got to get."
Hey, I'll move there. I'll move there.
What? Hey, you got a different
I mean,
background.
She
Sam,
said no.
Michael-
Tony bought it, or Michael bought it all out from her.
She looks to her. He looks to her right, my left, and I look, and there's like 3 bottles
of fucking something in it.
How you
I
doing,
don't think
Craig?
Tiger beer.
that'll kick
Not
it.
me.
Tiger,
Bother you. Yeah, I don't want-
Tiger beer's pretty good. It's
I never
I
had
need a
that.
good. Yeah, it's good. It's 5.5. Pretty good. Man. Crystal Light. Tiger Crystal. Tiger
Well,
Crystal.
Let's stick with my 5.0.
But for a guy like you, that should be a 500 milliliter can. Now tell me this, Michael. Tell me this. Tell me this. If this would get you messed up, Michael, if you had a 12 pack,
I don't want to get this.
listen,
right.
listen. Tell me if this is effective.
He's got a live stream to do, Tony. He doesn't.
I had this whole garden, a 500 milliliter, and I drank 8 of them out of 12.
I'm
Is that a
still
lot of
looking
beer?
for. You seen Vincent?
You know,
500
I did.
milliliters?
You know
No,
I did
it's
that?
not that much.
Well, I
It's
felt
like
obligated to
my
drink.
beer. It's
Gary,
two.
I mean, Michael, I felt obligated to drink it faster because I didn't want to waste it. So
What?
I
Why you drink faster? You don't
Because
have
he
a
didn't want
because
it
it
to
was
get warm.
500 before it got
you don't
warm.
have a refrigerator any goddamn way. You got to plant a tree.
Get off the can, you doofus, man.
What?
So anyway,
What?
Is this just blanking out on me, or is it blanking out on everybody here, the internet?
You're bright.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Gary, you're kind of intermittent there.
Yeah.
You're not five
you're
by
all right.
five. Put it
Yeah,
that way.
see,
look like a Svengali, man, with that light. You
You're
got the
big
light.
jerky.
But
hey, can
hey, from
everybody,
watching Tony's
hey,
previous live streams, we're used to deciphering that Robotar.
Yeah.
hey, can everybody do something for me?
Craig?
That's why I
This
got
is
the
one,
camera off, Gary.
This is the one issue that happened with. This is the
I'm not looking at that undecided testicle you got.
issue that
That will get famous. We don't want
happens
that
with
to happen.
age. Can everybody
Okay.
say their name? I forgot names.
What a fucking! You gotta be kidding me.
Louis,
You just called me
Luigi, Vinny,
Luigi up there. And then
Vinny.
you got Joe, you got Dave, you got
Guido.
me, and
That's
then
Jethro.
and you got
Jethro, yeah.
I'm
Jethro
Ralph.
Bodine,
There you go. Nice to meet you, Gary. I'm Ralph.
Ralph.
I'm Gary.
I do recognize the name. Well, I
Hey, my name is George.
recognize the name.
Just
You know, the
ignore the
person
name down the
when you say
bottom.
the
I'm
name.
actually Ralph. That's it.
I'm George Washington Carver. That's what my.
Oh, I remember now. I remember the names now. It came to me now. It goes off.
It's Einstein.
Hey,
Einstein with the E.
you got enlightened.
You're still waking up, mate.
Just had a kick in the memory thing.
Still waking up.
I remember.
Hey.
Yeah.
I hope you're having a good time. And look, it's always good to laugh and
Hey Tony,
joke
where
around.
did the hanging squid go?
What's that?
Oh, you turn the camera. We can't see the hanging squid anymore.
No, somebody moved
Yeah.
it, bro.
Oh, you got dried squid there?
They moved him.
Dried squid?
Maybe they ate
Hey, Gary, I'll show you one. I'll show you what one looks like in case you haven't seen
There
it
we
in a
go.
while.
Look at that double barrel slingshot.
Look at that.
Oi.
I think that blue one.
Oh, that's dinner tomorrow.
Tony, do you have a laundry service for the whole neighborhood or what?
No, man, let me see that.
Tony's
That is
hanging
a
to
little
dry.
pond.
You can't
Put a
do that
little
on
toilet-
YouTube, Tony.
I'll go up a little higher.
No,
I'll put a
Hold it
little
up.
toilet paper in.
that was lucky.
Are they padded one?
Tony, we'll make you Secretary of the Navy
Yeah,
to do that.
Yeah,
It's
we
blue. It's
will.
blue.
We'll give you an admiral. Yeah, shit.
Mhm.
Oh man.
You're moving up in the world.
Yeah.
Bottoms up, Craig.
I that comes a lot.
I
That
said
means a
bottoms
lot
up.
coming from you.
Yeah. It should mean a lot.
Hey, do that again so Tony gets jealous. Okay, Craig. There you go. See that,
I
Tony?
like it too.
Craig's getting jealous now. Shit.
You know what Craig's got? He's got a fridge full of the rest of them.
No, I haven't.
Hey, I'm going to be more prepared for you pricks next week. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
What?
See, Michael, he's a rookie.
Yeah, a rookie. No. A rookie that don't know anything.
Hey, Michael, what's the difference with the what's the difference with the camera angle on you there?
He wants to show
You
off
just
all
don't
his
have
YouTube
that.
awards.
I
You
don't
just don't
Are you?
have that light going in.
You guys answer
Michael,
at the same time.
show him all the YouTube awards on the wall there. 100 million subscribers.
No. Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Hey, Michael,
That's
you know what?
100 million right there.
Hey,
100,000.
Michael, you know. Hey, I was voted the number 1 live stream on YouTube
Who took the map
2
down?
weeks in a row.
No
2
one
weeks in a
is
row.
That's the one I use.
No, not over there. That's the sleeping area.
Let me see.
Right there.
We
Fuck
can't
with that
put the
figure.
dog on the bed anymore.
Good map. That's a very detailed map, too.
Hey,
Mike,
hey,
where's,
you know
where's
what
the
that
dog?
looks like? You know what that looks like when you were in
very
middle school and you had the projection
very
TVs there? You got your finger.
It's more detailed than what you think.
Yeah, it's very
What
detailed.
is? What's more
Yeah, it's
detailed?
color
Map is
coded.
very detailed.
What is it?
That's a map of the Philippines.
So you can tell where you're at or what?
Yes, I know where I'm at on the fucking map.
What do you need a map?
I
What do
can
you need
read a map.
for
Mm,
then?
Maybe y'all do.
What do you got
Hey,
a map
he
for?
was in the army, Tony, just like you. He knows
Yeah.
how to read a map.
Yeah, they never taught
know how to
me
read a
anything.
map.
Shit. Gary,
Hey,
I
Dave.
mean,
Don't say anything.
Michael,
It's okay.
what year were you in the army?
1984 to 87.
Fuck. Oh my god.
And then I did 9 years.
What was
9
Tony?
years.
What years were you in?
80 to 80. I was in active duty, 80 to 83, and I did a year in the reserves, 84.
Only 3 years was your commitment for the army?
Yeah. Well, I did a year. I did what do you call it?
Was that
That's
inactive reserve though?
No. Inactive. It was my option whether I wanted to serve or not.
Were you a
But I
weekend
quit.
warrior for that last
It was a 3-3. Yeah, I quit after. I quit after the first year. The guy tried to get me. The reserve guy tried to get me to sign this paper.
Stay
I
on.
said, "What's this?" He said to stay on. I said, "I ain't filling that fucking thing out."
I'm not filling it out. You fill it out.
I've done that once. I made that mistake once.
When you're used to active duty and you get in the reserves, I don't know if it's still like this, and I probably is.
It was
But when I come in there with my boots shined and they call it a gig line, you know, with your button shirt and your zipper on your pants, all, and I stand there my first weekend, and there's guys with the long hair over their ears with their hats tilted back, smoking cigarettes, you know, looking at talking to each other while the sergeant major's talking. I'm going, what the fuck is this? What is this, man? I said, this is the sergeant
It wasn't.
major, man. That's like the.
It wasn't a joke.
Like, look,
It was.
and then I was at we had this rifle. Listen to me, Michael. We had this rifle range, and I was in the same unit as my one of my classmates from school's brother. So I knew him, you know, and he had this friend, this big tall lurch fucking guy. His last name was Paso. So I'm on the firing line, and I'm skimming these bullets off the stones, man. Dude, you could hear you could see the sparks and shit. And the captain's sitting on this chair like a lifeguard way up there, you know. And he goes, "Who's that?" And the friend of my brother, Tim, he says, "That's Paso, sir." And that guy was standing up. He wasn't even on the line. And he goes, "Come see me after this is done." And the other guy goes, "Fuck you, McCarthy." And I'm laying down shooting, man. That dude he accused of it standing up.
No, I had an experience with a big guy myself.
Big guy.
Yes, big, mean guy. It was in the. I went to Lincoln. I went to Lincoln Tech to learn auto mechanics, and it was a
Fuck is that? Huh?
real big guy that was in my class, and I passed by his place on my way there, driving there, and I said, "Well, I can pick you up." You know, he took the bus and things, and
You gonna pick him up on the bus?
no, I drove then, and I picked him up and took him to. Let me give you a little history of this guy. He was from one of the islands or something. He was a real big guy and African American type, and
Island.
yeah, but he came up here to the U.S. because he killed somebody, a big brawl and things, and they all jumped him, and he killed somebody. And he was in St. Elizabeth's for a while, and I think he was too. Mental hospital and things. So, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that at first. I didn't know that stuff at first.
Oh, okay.
I used to pick him up to come to school and take him home, but then he moved, and he wasn't in the way of going. You know, I have to go out of my way to pick him up, so I stopped picking him up. You know, and he got upset. He got upset about that. So
He moved.
And another thing is when I'm sitting in my chair, now when I'm sitting at my desk at the school here, I'm sitting at my desk, but his desk is like this, and his desk is kind of like facing the side of my desk, you know? So if we're taking a test, you know, I always gonna want to cover my thing because he can look right down on my paper, you know? And he wasn't real smart, that guy. So I didn't want to have him cheat on me. And he got upset about that. So he was upset about a lot of things for me.
Yo, motherfucker, let me see that paper.
I'm thinking this could be very dangerous, you know, because we had this school from 6:30 at night until 11:30 at night every day.
He's 6. Okay. He moved out of your neighborhood though. So he's so stunned he's frozen.
That's 18 hours a day.
We back?
18. We didn't hear you, man. You're like a total robotish blocking and shit.
What? What?
Your tablet sucks, man. Take that back. Take it back.
That's what he needed to do.
I think you and I are the only ones here, Kiko.
Kiko.
There you go. You're back. How do you know you haven't even seen Kiko?
I'm not here.
No. So this, but fortunately, I had another friend from Nigeria there.
Good.
A Muslim, and he talked to this big guy and to kind of
down, big guy.
More calm, get him calm, you know.
Get him calm.
He said, "No till, big hairy white guy."
Look, you white lily motherfucker.
Big hairy white guy. Oh shit. I don't like them people. Really.
I had this guy named Bullock in our company, and he cool dude. He's like this farm boy type, strong though. He scared the fuck out of anybody that didn't know him, man. This guy was just. He looked like he could stab you, man. He looked like an NWA man, and he ended up being pretty cool, you know. And I said to one of my other friends, they were going to a different airborne company. I said, "You look out after him, man. Take care of him because he
he's a good friend. He looks, if you didn't know him, he scared the shit out of you though. But the dude reminded me of that guy from the Green Mile, kind of like that. Big.
Oh,
This kind of guy,
Nick.
the kind of guy you want on your side, man. I mean, he was just,
Mhm.
and appreciated it. Yeah, good. Well, you go, Michael. You go walk off. Man. You got a new layout there, new studio, all these certificates of sobriety.
That's for good
diploma.
behavior.
That's sobriety diplomas up there.
All right, guys.
He's
I had a little experience with the Army.
I got to head
Will
out.
ya?
Time for some stuff
No
done.
way, man.
Wait,
you
David,
got
you
your-
didn't hear the end of Gary's story.
Yeah,
Ah. All right. Hurry it up, Gary.
you
I got
can't go
work.
nowhere.
All right. You go ahead, David.
So, David.
All right,
I
guys.
qualify for Social Security by the time
Hey,
it's done.
thanks for coming. Are there
Dave.
any video? Are there any videos that the guy should be looking at? What's up?
Well, we just released the one on the health insurance situation. So that's the latest one.
Yeah, health insurance. I saw that one, man. So you're pretty
Yeah.
much telling you're pretty
Oh,
much
really?
saying on that one, if you have a heart issue, a heart attack, you're screwed over there.
You're screwed.
So they're just a notch above. They're a notch above the Philippine insurance, the minutes.
PhilHealth.
The Phil Health. They're a notch above that. They'll throw a Band-Aid on you, but if you have an artery clog, you're shit out of luck.
A lot of
But
right. A lot of
go
the
You
health.
know, that does interest me, the medical part, because I was going
There
to
you
get
go.
just hospitalization, but
David's
but
got. David talked to the insurance guy over there that Gio in the Philippines had on his channel, and
I talked
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but
And-
Gary's going to Thailand.
I've actually talked to the insurance companies. So
Oh, you did.
yeah. Yeah,
they
yeah.
apply everywhere. Go ahead.
No, I talked to my bottom line is this. Look, one, if you have a lot of health problems, you're not going to be able to afford health insurance in the Philippines. You're not going to be able to afford expat style health insurance.
Wing it.
The sweet spot is 65 and under and healthier. Above that, the money goes way up. Your premium goes way up. Your
Man, I'm out
benefits,
for you.
your benefits are limited to minor things. So you may pay $500 a month in a premium that may only cover a broken arm that would cost $300 to fix.
Oh, they give you boner pills, man.
Well, do they also now? My health
That's a
is
lot of money
okay,
a
but
month,
I'm
dude.
old. I'm just old. Does that apply?
Right. It doesn't matter. You're over 65.
Yeah, way over that fucker.
It's going to be very expensive at age 70, 75. And you think they clearly state the sweet spot is 65 and under. Healthy.
So what is
65 and under.
what
It's like
what
getting
is the
life
premium?
insurance for a rock climber.
What is David? What is the amount for a 65-year-old guy per month?
Just figure out. Let's just say it's $2,000 a year.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
$2,000
$200 a
year.
month.
Yeah,
Something like that?
$2,000 a year.
Well, that's what I
With
was
a
counting
huge
on. That's what I
deductible.
was counting on 2,000 a
Yeah,
year.
20.
With a big deductible and limited benefits. But
I
you're
don't,
not 65.
Yeah, you got to pay them the
I don't want
first
a
year or
big
two before
deductible.
they'll pay out.
Yeah, you're gonna
No
have
shit. You can't get a policy. Well, you can. You can get a policy with no deductible, but you're going to pay $750 a month.
yeah, I want a about a $1,000 deductible, because otherwise you're paying for the whole thing. You know, if you
You're
have
paying
a high
for it.
deductible, you'll never have the insurance kick in.
Well,
It's true.
but it's not going to kick in anyway. I mean,
Yeah, you got to wait a year or two till you pay them enough money for it to be worth their while.
it's a scam. And look, and everybody should do whatever they want to do. When I've done my research and I've gotten quotes, what has came out is this. It is better for me to take that $400 a month. Mine was going to be $483. To put that in a savings account, keep the money in my own bank, pay for my medical as I go, because at the end of the year, if I didn't use it, it was still in my bank account. If not, I'm paying the insurance company for crap I don't get. So I lose that $483 a month if I never use it.
Hey,
If
and try to find them for that money too.
Right. If you save it yourself, you can manage it. Because look, in a lot of these insurance policies aren't going to cover a heart attack or heart surgery or kidney surgery. They're not going to cover it anyway. They cover simple things. So if all I got if I want to get coverage for is a broken arm, a broken leg, maybe being sick a little bit, I can afford to do that out of the $400 a month I put in the bank.
There's only one thing that I'm worried about, and that's an appendicitis.
Criminal,
Good
I
luck.
don't worry.
You just have it taken out before you go.
Yeah.
Called preventative maintenance, right, Chris?
I have a whole list of different plans here.
Well, I think you pick whatever makes you happy.
Hey, are you
know,
talking
Gary-
about Pacific Cross?
I'm talking
Right.
about Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Pacific Cross, Cigna. I went out there and got quotes from multiple companies.
Oh, okay.
And $483 was the cheapest one for me, and it was
How much?
$483 a month.
What's the name of the company?
That one was
I'm
going to
gonna
be
fuck you. That's what the name of that one is.
the cheapest is Pacific Cross.
In every home.
You gotta get your mind around. You're only gonna have you just gotta do it. And I tell everybody in my video, go figure this out on your own, because what will work for you, your premium will be much different than my premium.
Yeah, your Band-Aid might
You
cost
should
more
do-
than mine.
David, here's another thing that you should do. You should research Pacific Prime. They will give
Prime.
you a whole bunch of different plans, and a good plan is this one. It's called April My Health International,
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and
where's
that
your
one
office?
seems to be. Now I have on this list also Pacific Cross and also Cigna Silver,
I'll be back.
and there's another
Okay.
one called Alonza Care 2, which is real expensive. I have 9 different plans here,
Okay.
and Pacific Cross is third from the highest.
Okay.
And this is just for hospitalization type
Right.
plan. Hospital, it's not for
So-
outpatient.
That's just for staying in the hospital. What about the surgery?
Well, no, there's
surgery
other
costs?
things. There's other things too besides that. I mean, it says like for surgery, yes, it's covered, and they even have evacuation, emergency evacuation, whether it's covered or not. but,
Ejaculation.
And also the annual limit on here, the whole thing, a lot of stuff on here, but not outpatient, because outpatient's very inexpensive,
Yeah,
for the country.
That's described. They just pack a little more of that KY jelly up your sphincter there, man. That's all they do.
But they do have the deductible and also the premium, per year. Like Pacific Cross here, the premium per year for me at my age for the Philippines, this was depending on where you're going, was like Pacific Cross is $4,477 with a for the premium for the year with a $2,500 deductible for the year.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
So that's over $7,000 out of your pocket that you can pay for your own damn medical.
You just
Yeah,
take that
right.
swab of KY jelly.
Because you also got to realize
Yeah, you get medical. I got a DNR.
You're
That
Through
is-
the VA.
listen, that
You're not
insurance does not work in Singapore,
ever.
Hong Kong, or the United States. Okay, so it's going to be limited in scope to the country that you book it in. So you're not going to be able to go to Thailand and get surgery done. So there are other countries that it works in, but there's also a bunch of countries that it will not work in. And if you come back to the United States, it definitely is no good in the United States.
That's a whole show there, David.
How about
what
if
ifs,
you marry
what ifs.
a Filipina
You
that
can
has
get-
a good job and
Sister.
she has a medical plan and you can be on her medical plan then?
They don't work like
It's
that.
still bullshit because you're a foreigner.
You gotta go urinate.
No, if you're married to her, it'll work.
No, it doesn't.
You're her spouse.
what you have to understand, and look, I'm not an expert when it comes to company insurances in
Yeah.
the Philippines. I'm not, because most of the Filipinos I know that live in the Philippines and have good paying jobs, they do not have insurance at their companies.
Oh, yeah.
They get PhilHealth, which is a discount card.
Yeah.
They don't have, it's not like Walmart and Tyson's and all these companies in America gives you benefits for insurance. It's not like that in the Philippines, Gary.
Oh.
It's just not. We've sent so many people money over the years that are Philippine citizens that live there because they've gotten into a financial situation because of the healthcare situation there.
And also there those ones that do have the good paying jobs. Probably
afford it.
I probably couldn't catch that.
Which one? Which
Well,
one?
Gary, but also you got to understand the people that make really good money in the Philippines can cover their own medical expenses. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I try to tell guys. You got to really evaluate this. Cheap glasses are cheap in the Philippines. Dental work are cheap in the Philippines. A broken arm is going to cost you a couple $100.
Yeah.
Where in the
Yeah,
United
right.
States, it's going to cost you $3,000 or $4,000.
Well, I
Right.
never broke a bone in my life, so
There's always tomorrow. But that's
Look, you keep running after them buses, Gary. Your ass is going down, and you're going to be down for a while.
Gary. I think everybody ought to do whatever makes them happy.
yeah.
But this is what I've learned the hard way, doing it myself, talking to many other expats.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it. I would put your money in a savings account. Because one thing I tell people is this: if you're only making $1,000 a month and you're going to go live in the Philippines and now you're going to spend $200, $300 a month on a premium for an insurance policy that you may or may not use and that may or may not cover you, you're pissing in the wind.
Yeah.
You're not-
And the amount you gotta pay. Shit.
But
Yeah.
but the problem is the only problem is
You're dead. You're dead. You're done. Okay?
you may not have that much. Your accident may occur before you have accumulated that much money in your savings account to take care of it.
Okay, back up.
Ifs. There's a lot of ifs. Dude.
This is my point to a lot of expats or people that want to be expats in many different foreign countries. If you can't afford to do this, don't do it. Because if you don't have enough credit line on a Discover card or an American Express card where you can take care of business, you're a fool. If you don't have the money in the bank to take care of your business and get your happy ass out of a country, if bad things happen, then you're an idiot fool.
Oh yeah, I'm
Who's the
actually.
American
Keep telling you.
I am going to depend on my credit card for that. Yeah.
I keep telling people if you can't afford to live in your own
6
country,
people.
you're not going to do
Whoever-
well in a foreign
Whoever
country.
the American Slayer is, we only got room for 6 people. So.
I'm just telling you, those
Yeah,
are
that-
my
yeah,
advice
Dave.
and
David, that's a lot of cash just to
That's
have a band-aid, man.
I'm-
You're paying out a lot. I bet you any damage you could have with it that's not catastrophic, you're overpaying for that policy.
absolutely.
And
What do you think? What do you think it would cost you for an appendectomy?
$1,000 bucks,
No, I think
$1,000,
I think
$1,000.
I think you're talking about more like $20,000.
I think you're mistaken.
Hello, Dennis.
I don't think you have a clue about what medical costs is. Look, we've given money. I know somebody that
I told you.
had at a
Look,
private
I
hospital
told you. Good
had
advice.
a very difficult pregnancy with
Don't
twins,
buy
Yeah.
into
and it was
Well,
under
no, Dennis,
2,000.
I'm not scared.
Really? Under 2,000? Wow.
Yeah.
My age.
So
Hey,
you're mistaken, Gary. You're
No.
overinflating.
You know, I was
My-
basing it. I was basing it actually. I saw this. Every man has a story, you know, and he has sort of like a partner
Dude,
friend that's in Manila,
he's my
and,
ex-brother, man.
and that
He's an
guy has
asshole.
some companies running, and he said his fiance or whatever ended up in the hospital, and she had to
Dude's
pay
been
a lot
married
of
5
money. You know, it was
fucking
very
times.
expensive. You know, for
well,
some.
Guy's
maybe,
been married
Gary,
5 times, dude.
maybe it was a simple fact that they were eBaying and looking for donations. A lot of these guys out here that are on YouTube are feeding people shit
No.
because they're eBaying.
Oh,
So they're going to not tell you the truth because they want you to donate to their damn channels so they can overinflate things. That
well,
happens.
these weren't e-beggars. They had this guy has a company in
Well, it doesn't mean
in
he's not an eBayer.
California and also in the Philippines. He runs.
Selling some elixir
fire
back in
people or something.
1800 or something.
Well, rich people aren't stupid people.
I
Yeah.
only get 6 people on here, Dennis. I'm only allowed 6.
What I mean by that is, how do you think rich people get rich? They're greedy and they're smart. So if I can sucker
Yeah.
you into going, oh, my girlfriend had a surgery and it cost me $20,000.
You know what,
Oh,
man?
Even if I don't ask you, somebody's going to send money to them.
This
Because,
is
oh
a
my
real
God,
good. This is a real good lesson as to taking care of yourself the best you can.
Yeah.
Okay,
Instead
thanks,
of spending
David.
that money, instead of spending that money on that policy, that freaking $700 for a Band-Aid or some shit like that, you bank that, and hopefully nothing ever goes wrong with you. Gary, you look at pretty
Bingo.
good health. I mean, but if it does, your time is your time, man.
You never know
There you
how
go.
your internals are doing. You know.
Don't worry about. Yeah, you don't. Man, Gary, the way you are, you could live to be 100.
Okay, David, thanks for everything. I know you were trying to get off about an hour ago.
See you, David. See you.
Really,
About an hour.
David? You leaving?
Have a good
So
one.
you did a video, David, on the medical.
yes.
I'll have to go see it. I'll have to watch
What's
it.
it entitled? Tell them what's the title of it.
I'll tell you what the title is real quick.
Well,
Okay.
Let me tell you what the title is.
all right.
So type it in the PM.
How to choose the right health insurance plan in the Philippines.
All right.
Okay.
Hey,
now-
let me
Thanks,
ask
David.
you. Let me ask you, David, before you go. Have you mastered taking off that lid on that pot in the kitchen?
yes.
That
That's a
looked like a
pressure
real
cooker?
puzzle. That to me,
I actually have.
Remember, Gary,
That's a
lefty
pressure-
Lucy, righty
It's
tighty.
a pressure cooker. Pressure cooker.
Good night,
man.
David. Good day.
Good night, David.
See you, David.
Now the American Slayer can come up, Tony.
Who's the
Please.
American?
Next.
Who
The
is it?
Slayers in the background.
Next.
American Slayer, man. I'm not. I'm
You
not.
know-
I'm
you
bound
know-
by. I'm bound by
What's the
friendship.
I'm surprised Ronald's not here.
That could be him.
You know who it is, Tony?
No, I don't know.
I know who it
Okay.
is.
Surprise.
What?
I
Is it
know who
Vincent?
it is.
Vincent.
No.
No.
No. No.
He
Ron,
ain't gonna
it's
allow me,
Ronald.
man.
Ronald.
No.
It's Will.
No.
Nah, he will.
Santa.
It's not the Slayer.
Well, whoever
Yeah.
we lay on, we can always boot him off.
You know who the Slayer is?
The pigeon guy.
Pigeon Man from UK.
Ah,
Ain't no
pigeon
scared
plucker.
Yanks here.
There you
He's
go.
still,
Ain't no
he's
scared
still at
Yanks
work.
here, man.
He's still at work, isn't he?
Hey, Dennis, what about all that goddamn wildfire bullshit you're smoking sending down here, man? Jesus. Down in Wisconsin there.
Okay.
It's polluting
Let
the
him
air.
know.
But, what's up?
Isn't he waiting to come up, Tony? We got
I
room
don't
now.
know.
Waiting, I think.
Oh,
You let 'em
that's
on your
right.
shit.
Yeah,
You're just
one
in
here.
charge.
I got one here. So,
What the fuck is
Well,
going on here?
I'm not sure how
There's
long
nobody
I'll
on
be
here, man.
on. Oh man, I forgot.
What?
Nobody's waiting, huh?
I ain't blocking nobody's comments. I don't know what the hell
you
you're
blocked
talking
it.
about.
You blocked it.
I ain't blocking nothing.
Only reason for 6.
If you deserve to be here, then you're here. I don't have anybody's shit blocked here, Dennis.
It says this.
I got a peaceful channel here, man.
What?
No drama,
Only
no.
room for 6. Now there's room.
Uh,
There's only
There's
5
room.
up now. So welcome. Come
I
on up.
noticed this comments didn't show up.
Come on up.
Look, you don't know
I
who's
don't
signing
even
this?
have to explain that much, man. But it don't show up, man.
I don't know. It's blocking it. Because
Anyway, you got-
Okay. Who's got a
when
wrench?
he
Who's
fixes
got a
on here,
wrench?
well,
I
he
don't
left.
have
I haven't blocked anyone.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
man.
even know how to block someone, so I'm innocent.
I didn't block
I-
anyone.
You know what, man? I mean, the last time I did that was like 2 years ago, I think. And I got all the people in the world that I need to have on here at the moment. That's all I need.
That's all you need. You don't need
That's
to
all I
fucking-
need. I'm not into all
We
that.
got
other
room. We
shit.
got room for one more.
Yeah, well,
well,
we got Michael
I'm a-
here, man. Michael's got
Yeah.
multi-personalities. So.
I'm a.
You got Michael. You got
I'm
Michael.
a
What more do you need?
bigger- Look,
Fuck it.
I know where
Yeah.
Hanks is.
Hey, Dennis, that's a timeout comment
Uh-huh.
there, dude. We'll put you in time
Taco.
you out for that one.
Tell you about it. That's the inside joke.
He'll be back in a
Dennis,
while.
are you still up in the Great White North?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Isn't
down,
it big
down
happiness.
near the equator.
Yeah. There's big happiness in the sky, man. No, I don't think so, dude. I don't really. William, it used to be. You got that
Yeah,
the
you
government
do.
fined you here. The government fined you here if you didn't have health insurance. They kind of abandoned that because the people they were doing it to, they were screwing. So there's not a whole lot of folk
Well,
out there that
Tony,
got
in
it.
the U.S.
In
In the U.S.
I
Yeah,
do
you,
this. I
Do they
this.
have auto insurance there? They cover that?
Yes.
where here
Isn't that
Yeah.
when you
Buy that.
register your vehicle?
you buy that online, man.
Tony, I thought when you buy, like guys go buy a motor scooter, and when they pay for
Right.
it, their registration also pays some type of insurance.
Well,
Is
Well,
that like a
but
liability?
you have to get a carrier. So when you buy that car here, they'll have a list of people probably hook you up with their cousin, But you gotta have they'll come back with a response with a I don't know, few minutes or whatever. So you can't leave the car lot without it.
Or
Well, not
find a
here,
financial advisor, right, Craig?
Yeah, probably. I wasn't listening.
That's all right.
I was just kidding there, Dennis, man. I don't know how long you're timed out for.
Where's Dennis? I didn't see his comment.
I
Gary
didn't block
kept telling me
anybody,
that-
Dennis.
Gary kept sending me messages telling me to mess with you.
I've been messaging me.
How
Simon.
long does that last? Hey, how long does
That's an
that last?
American player. The pigeon
How
fucker.
long does it last? You do that. Man?
I don't know.
Baby.
I
10
think
minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Yeah.
Okay,
Says
5
that.
minutes, man. You'll be
Wait. When you do what?
When you
Yeah,
time
time out.
Oh,
And then
How
when you,
long
I
is
was going
time
to
out?
say 5 minutes. That's a marathon.
No, now I got the
Slayer.
Slayer and the American Slayer and Mrs. American Slayers.
Well, maybe it's just a minute. Maybe
Hey,
you're
listen,
just timed
okay,
out for
let
a
'em
minute.
up.
Training with me.
I
That's what you
can't. Man. Nobody's trying to get on here, so how can I do that?
Nobody's trying to get on. Well, maybe you ought to put the link up again.
Yeah,
The
put
link
the link
is
up.
up there, dude. It's posted.
Well,
it's
I
pinned.
know, but sometimes the chat goes on so long. You got to put the link again.
Fucking right
Yeah,
at the
right.
top of
Because
your
then
freaking
it goes
screen.
up and lost. You know, the link's lost.
And we're about to go. We're about to go private here. So
We're getting ready to go viral.
2.5 hours. It's almost lunchtime
you
here in
got,
the
you got a
States.
disease, Michael. Vitamin?
What? You're doing 2 hours? Holy
I'm
shit.
gonna get the King of Canada all mad at me now. 2 hours,
I
holy
might
shit!
have a
2.5.
leftover meatball sandwich.
You're not
Yeah.
going all the way. Like you're not going a lot of
Well,
hours.
I'm sure he's got a lot better things to do than be up here.
Who?
Uh-uh.
Slayer.
Banned? Who banned him, man?
I
Who
didn't
banned
ban
him?
him. I don't have
Dennis-
a wrench.
Dennis was banned, and their comments were removed.
Hey. Wasn't that a song? We're an American band.
Yeah, we're an American band, Grand Funk Railroad.
Even Craig knows that. Jeez.
Hey, I didn't
Well-
do that.
And he's down under.
Nobody has a wrench here except
Craig,
Nobody
you got a
has a
UCLA shirt on. How
I
did you
don't know, William. I don't know, but
Hey,
he used to have to. But I've never had that problem before. Because what I got from what I got from work, what I get from work is a combination of Medicare and my regular health care, like I had at work, and I called a lady up to verify some information, and she said, I said, don't you guys pay a certain amount, and then Medicare pays the other stuff that you don't pay? She says, you don't get, we pay everything for you. I got free doctor visits, zero copay, zero ambulance, zero admin, all
free
that
blue
shit.
pills?
Yeah, and I got a my doctors got them, and
Okay.
I
Hey,
told
American
you.
Slayer, I don't know how to ban anybody anyway, so
hey, I told them one time. I said, hey,
I don't have the
I heard-
authority.
I said, can I get? I said, can I get a couple of those Cialises and stuff? You know, and they had that one that made your shit. Yeah, he had one that made your shit throb like a freaking pulsate like a heart. What is
So
this?
your
Don't use-
insurance pays for everything then, huh?
Hey, down the bottom of mine, it
Yeah.
says Dennis Ballin was banned and his comments have been removed.
Yeah.
I got.
Yeah.
I didn't ban him.
Who did
I
that?
didn't ban-
That's what it says on StreamYard.
Yeah, that's what it says on StreamYard.
Well,
got a wrench that would have
must have
done
been
that.
just a glitch in the system.
You go to
Yeah, man. I wouldn't.
Blame it on
YouTube, set its full time out for 300
I
seconds.
wouldn't ban him. Man. That's
Alright.
I don't ban anybody. I don't
Ban.
block anybody. I don't do any of that. Hey,
I
oh,
do
you
block
troll,
You
troll my channel when I'm
fucking-
live. I don't really
you
give a
ban-
shit.
You
Buddy,
banned
I'm
me
on the
a couple of times. What are you talking about? man?
Okay, I've
No,
got
I
a
put you in
question.
the
Hey,
fucking corner.
Mike,
He's getting
Mike,
all
wait.
worked up.
Ban
I've
you.
got a legitimate question. If you
What?
are not up on the active panel, can you actually ban somebody?
Yes, you can.
Don't-
if
don't-
have the
You
right
have to be
right.
on the panel to ban somebody?
No,
That's what I'm saying. Can Tony have given
No, you
someone
don't
a
have-
wrench and they could be watching this and
Yeah.
they ban Dennis?
Yeah.
Well, Craig's the
Okay.
only one.
Well,
you know what I mean? I know.
I don't know who has a wrench. Only Tony knows
I
that.
don't have a wrench.
Oh,
Tony
Oh,
probably gave a wrench to a troll one time when he wasn't
what,
thinking.
a
Oh.
prostitute? These are you trying to say, man?
I like trolls. I like
didn't
trolls.
ban
They
you.
give me watch hours. I just put them in the
I
corner.
didn't ban anything.
Tony, we know you didn't, but did you give someone a wrench and that person could have done it?
Last I gave a wrench to
We don't know who
I
has
gave-
a wrench on your channel.
once I give somebody a wrench, it's
Have a wrench.
forever. It's like,
On
take
this
it away.
StreamYard
But
is-
I don't ever use my wrenches anyway. I never.
Wait,
my
wait.
wrench.
Craig's trying to explain something. What, Craig?
I'm just saying, on StreamYard it says you're banned, but when you go to YouTube it says Dennis Ballin was timed out by a Yank in the Philippines for 300 seconds. So after
Oh, yeah?
5 minutes, you should be able to re-comment.
Okay,
Okay.
300 seconds.
I think
Okay.
it's just
Well,
phrased
Dennis, Dennis, re-comment. Try re-commenting because none of us here actively did that.
Well, it was a
No.
Yank that did it then. It was Tony did it.
No, he didn't. He didn't ban
What's the
him.
matter
He
with
just
you,
took
man?
time out for 5 minutes as a joke.
That's
Hey,
when
Gary,
time out.
if you keep up that, I'm gonna
Said he
have to
loved
time
it.
you out, man.
Hit the
Sometimes-
eject button.
Hey,
It wasn't.
won't put
He
you
wasn't
goddamn
banned. It was just 300
booted off
seconds.
the fucking panel too.
Hey, if that's
300
a topic.
seconds.
Hey,
Booted off the panel, and then you
Yeah,
go
that's
in
a
the
whole-
corner for 5 minutes.
that's a whole show.
and
That's a whole show by yourself.
then
Man.
comments. You
Well,
can
300,
still
300 seconds. That's not 5
can't
minutes.
do.
Hey,
300
that's a
seconds.
question.
You
Is any,
figure it
was,
out.
Here we
was
go.
anybody
Well,
put in a corner in
seconds is
school?
5 minutes.
It's 5
5
minutes. Yeah.
times 60.
Biden
That's new
sniffer.
math.
It sounds like less time when you say 300 seconds, you know,
Hey,
than
hey,
5 minutes.
Biden sniffer.
And again,
Hey, hey.
Say 5
there
minutes,
anybody-
it sounds like a long time, but 300 seconds, it doesn't sound like
Hey.
so long.
Dennis is
You're-
back.
Menial.
Is there anybody
Dennis.
here that voted for Biden?
Oh shit! What the hell did I create?
Biden sniffer. Yeah, I didn't do that.
Dennis,
shit.
you're the only person from Canada that we wouldn't ban, Dennis.
The king of Canada.
You're a Canuck.
Got
Hey,
them
I like
wildfires. They're throwing their smoke down to America. They're polluting the air. Shit. The city I'm from had the worst air they've ever had in record. Because Yukon Jack keeps burning the freaking forest down.
Is that fire still going on?
you, Biden sniffer.
It's
No,
always
you
going
Biden
on.
sniffer, Tony. You a Biden sniffer? Hey,
Biden sniffer. Well, he's a Republican, you know. Dennis is. He's pro-business, man. He has funny business going on.
Thought you were going private.
Hey, okay.
2.5 hours in.
Might as well. All right, everybody in the background. There's 5 folks there, man. They're probably all
Good morning,
cool
good
people.
night.
If you want to.
Come up right now.
Yeah, if you want to, you come on.
Put you drop your
Listen
link.
to-
Drop your
listen-
link. Hey,
listen-
somebody wants
the
to
link
come
is-
up in private.
Gary, believe it or not, the link is there on YouTube. I'm
okay.
not YouTube.
You don't have to do anything, Gary. Just sit still.
So anybody out there that wants to come on, they just got to hit up the link and they'll be on. But thanks
Yep,
for the
you got
people.
the
out
last
there.
lucky spot. The last one.
What do you mean? Who did?
Because
Yeah,
you got
just
room for
looked,
one more, Tony.
okay.
I'm doing math.
Oh man. Well,
Oh,
New
yeah.
math, I'm
Okay. So we'll
Six,
see.
we're-
We'll see everybody in the background there. Okay.
oh
So
no.
have a good night. And oh man, what's wrong with Meryl? Thanks for coming. Say goodbye, everybody.
Everybody, chill.
Say goodbye, everybody.